got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-761-2855 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, or other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-761-2855. 800-761-2855. 800-761-2855.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hello, everyone. Desert Equity Lending is back again with a mortgage product that we have all been waiting for. We are excited to offer once again a no-document loan that we all remember from years ago. That's right. It's a true no-document loan. Remember when stated income loans were available? They were the most popular mortgages available for self-employed, as well as for those borrowers that couldn't quite show enough income to qualify using regular underwriting guidelines. This new no-doc loan is changing the way people get approved for a mortgage. Listen to this. No income, no problem. No tax returns, no problem. It doesn't take perfect credit to qualify either. If you have a good down payment and decent credit, you need to call now. These mortgages are being approved for primary residence as well as a second home. We are doing it the old-fashioned way. We use common sense underwriting to approve what other banks walk away from. Call 602-509-3000 to talk with a real person that can get you answers in hours, not days. That's 602-509-3000. Make the call. You will be glad you did. Desert Equity Lending. Desert Equity Lending, MB 0906989, NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
Hi, everybody. It's Thursday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. So, Randy, do you remember walking the malls?
Yes.
You're like a teenager.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was explaining to my wife, it's like, yeah, we used to go there and follow girls.
Yeah,
and,
you could say I've done that a few times, sure.
It wasn't stalking. It was just guys that were too nervous to talk to girls. You'd follow them and try to work up the nerve. And then, you just. Yeah. I had the nerve. I had no problem with it. But my buddy, Jeff, he was always just like, he'd always try to flex against his arm, like try to make sure his muscles were showing, and be like, oh, look at this over here. That the girl would turn around and look back at us. What's going on here? And if he was sitting in a chair, he'd put his arm over it and try to make his muscle look bigger. So what's going on? What's going on, guys? What's going on? I'd be like, you're an idiot. Hey, hi, I'm Jeffrey. What's your name? I did much better than he did with all the flexing and stalking, basically.
Right.
But I remember the mall we went to was Fiesta Mall.
Yeah.
We would walk that mall and all sorts of stuff would happen. And I got in a couple of good fist fights there too. A lot of good memories from Fiesta Mall. How long has that thing been shut down? Or is it even still open? I don't think it is.
I don't think it's still open. No, it's just a property now. It's gone the way of Metro Center.
Well, it might go the way of the Coyotes. The Arizona Coyotes are considering Fiesta Mall, at least the site. Did they bulldoze that thing? I don't know. I looked it up on Google Earth. I have it up right now. And it still has an In-N-Out burger near it, a Longhorn Steakhouse on the perimeter, Olive Garden right over here. And what in the hell is that? Feed My Starving Children. That must be a charity. That's across the street. Okay. And next door to it is Mesa Community College. I never really kind of in my head, I knew where it was. I just never pieced it together that Mesa Community College was right there next to the mall. So, I guess it makes sense back in the day when they built both things for all the good your MCC degree was going to do you just walk on over the mall and get a job. So
a lot of employment opportunities over there once you graduate the MCC. Right. Yeah.
So, if you look at this giant space, which is basically Southern and Longmore over to Southern and Alma School, and then just down to the US 60, that entire space right there, I think is what they are talking about for the Coyotes. Now, I don't know if that means that those little strip malls that contain the steakhouses and the other stuff I was just talking about, or does everything get bulldozed for this project? I have no idea.
I don't know. I think we're a long way from that. Yeah, I was reading about that today. I don't know that the Coyotes would buy those franchises that were in there, but the main mall area, I think they were looking at 35 acres in Tempe. So you can imagine 35 acres in that facility.
I can measure for you. So here's what I've just measured out, that the entirety of what I just said, street to street to street to 60, is 1.5 square miles or 99 acres. But if you say, nay, Jeffrey, you have to just look at the where the parking lot is around there. So now I've made it smaller, and I'm using a polygon shape measuring tool here. Let's see. And I can get you an actual measurement here in a second. And it is 55 acres. So there's 55 acres worth, most of which I believe is parking lot already. But if you, if they're going to demolish the mall itself, and I start to sort of just kind of Bob Ross, the
happy painting. Little bird over here.
Yeah. A little polygon shape here, a little polygon shape here. In just a matter of moments, I will tell you exactly how many square acres the literal mall itself
make it any shape you really like.
It's 23 acres.
Okay.
The
so there
mall
you go.
building itself is 23.5 acres. So this site is perfect. If they were only wanting 35 acres for hotels and arena and whatever, you could do what you want where Fiesta Mall is.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the problem. Is Mesa going to pass it? And
here's the thing. Can I talk to the Arizona Coyotes for a second?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Hey, guys, listen. Maybe you showed up in Tempe saying, hey, we got $1.9 billion. If you guys can come up with this much money, and there's been conversations, is it 200 million? Is it 700 million? Maybe show up and say, no million. We're just going to do it right here. If you just leave the dumb public vote out of it, build your thing, get your zoning. You're fine. But if you go on there asking for hundreds of million, I don't know if you've driven through Mesa lately. They don't have it.
Yeah, I have a feeling the Coyotes will ask for money. It'll be the same sort of scenario. Asking. It'll be the same sort of scenario that they had in Tempe. And
it ain't the Mesa it used to be. You know what I mean?
Just saying.
That Mesa has moved away. That
Mesa is no longer here.
And listen, I think it can happen. But if you look at that site, it's not a landfill. It's easier to bulldoze that mall and build what you want. I don't think that's going to be a $2.1 billion project. This is a much easier project. All the infrastructure is there. And all you got to do, bulldoze the mall, build your crap. That's it. I think they could do it without having a public vote. And if there isn't a public vote, there you go. You have your site. Now, I don't know if that really is the best site, but it's a site.
I think just right now, it's sort of an exploratory thing for the Coyotes, kind of reaching out to the communities around there and seeing what's available. Now, remember, at some point there was something over there in the East Valley, and I can't remember. Was it the Fiesta Mall site? Was that what it was? There was some speculation about I think Diamondbacks or maybe a Suns arena
asking for all the money. The Coyotes are showing up with most of the money.
Exactly,
it's a very different thing.
Yeah,
and I'm just saying, if you really want to be here, if you really, really want to be here, just pay for it. You're here. I guarantee you that site
is going to be the difference between what you wanted Tempe to pay and what you already have. So stop being greedy, Coyotes. Just build your damn site where the Fiesta Mall is. Hey, you got at least the US 60 right there. You got the 202 Red Mountain, and you got the 101 going nearby. It's pretty good. It's always not the best, but it's pretty good.
It's always weird to me that if the difference is like $200 million or whatever, that you even need public money. Surely there is some investor out there, somebody that you can pick up the phone and say, hey, do you want in on this? And the revenue, whatever percentage you help
if not
pay
the
for,
city, a guy.
Yeah. And yet, you know what you don't need from just a guy? A vote.
So here's the only thing that you really would want to hope for, because you will be bringing business to Mesa. And that is, how about some tax breaks? We're not asking you to fund anything. We're not asking you to create a sales tax to pay for anything. How about you just, give us a little tax break here for, a little something for the effort. And why not? Why wouldn't Mesa do that? Because this would revitalize a lot of Mesa. And let's be honest, the area where Fiesta Mall is, there's a reason that mall is kind of closed. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of the reason that the Metro Center's closed. Yeah.
Well, a mall is about to close when you hear more about the shootings than the stores. And that became Fiesta Mall too. So anyway, I am all for this, but I don't know that this is the best idea. The Arizona Coyotes themselves says, hey, Pack, we want to hear from you. Where should the Coyotes build our new home? So this sounds like they're still invested in trying. They got a nice long lease with ASU to try to sort this stuff out. And I imagine they're like, hey, let's give it 6 months to a year. So I'm glad they're doing at least this much. But here's what they're saying. Mesa, Scottsdale, Chandler, Gilbert. Now, of course, I automatically clicked on Scottsdale. I think Scottsdale makes the most sense because it's centrally located. Selfishly, I would say probably Mesa. I guess if they're going to do Chandler, Gilbert, it's going to be south of like Riggs or something. So you would say, well, we'd rather it be Chandler so you are more accessible from freeways or something. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking when they put this whole thing together. But right now, out of 17,000 votes, Scottsdale is at 70%. Mesa is at 15.8%. Chandler is at 5.9%, the lowest, and Gilbert at 8%. So, and this poll still has 22 hours left to go.
I think we said it yesterday on the show. Scottsdale would be an ideal place, especially somewhere maybe on out there by the Diamondbacks facility out there, the other side of the freeway. That's all Indian land out there. Maybe you can work a deal out and get out there. There's a huge resort already out there.
Let's not be selfish, Randy. Keon, how close do you live to the old Fiesta Mall site?
Like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So you're not that close to that site.
No, I'm like in drive. I'm like North Mesa, and the Fiesta site's kind of.
Okay, good. I'm just saying, you'd have the best shot at getting to games. Do you even like hockey? I never hear you talk about hockey.
I do like hockey. It's not my favorite sport of the major sports. Basketball is my favorite, and then the NFL, and then baseball. But I do like hockey a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where if I have to pick a sport to watch, it's not my first option. But if it's right there, I'll go to the games if it's right the hell there.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we went to a game not too long ago, a Coyotes game, and over in Glendale, and it was fun. I mean, you're in person, it's so different. And why is it, Randy, every single time I've ever, and I mean ever, been to a hockey game, eventually somewhere Bob McClay comes over, oh, hey, Jeffrey. Like, oh, Bob McClay, what are you doing here?
Yeah, well, I think he follows you around the valley.
He's a bit, no. It's his place. He's a big hockey head. So
yeah, he is. He is a big hockey guy.
Yeah, I guess it's nice to see that the Coyotes, they're at least giving you the appearance that they care, and they're still trying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought they'd be like, we out. That's it. Done. Bye. Because we don't have time. Because between now and the time the lease at ASU is up, we got to have a place built. So this deal they need to make, if it's with Mesa, Scottsdale, Chandler, Gilbert, what do you say? 3-6 months tops. They have to have that deal figured out, and they have to start working. They got to start working to get this thing done in 3 years.
They're going to have to break ground here probably by the very beginning of 2024. So, yeah.
Well, respect to the Arizona Coyotes for at least saying, you know what, we're still working on it. They didn't. They were disappointed, but they didn't get all boo-hoo. We're out of here. So that's at least nice to say. Let's see what the listeners have to say on the text line. I do that because my mouth is broken. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Thursday. So Coyotes said that they would vote on this. I'm sorry. Whoa, the whole screen moved on me. He says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Thursday. So the Coyotes might be going to Mesa. Will they clean up the landfill that's known as Fiesta Mall? Yeah, that's a workable trash site, though. That is workable. You have a lot of already existing parking spots. He says, my mom and brother live in Mesa, and they both said that they would vote yes on this. If I can change my voter address to Mesa, I would do the same. Let's make it happen. Well, pump the brakes there a little bit. I'm not even sure that's the best place to be, but I feel like that would be the place you could do it without having to vote. There wouldn't need to be a vote because you don't make us pay for it. That's all I'm saying. Wilbur says Mesa is a dump. No pun intended. Coyotes should either consider a different location in Scottsdale or just move the hell out of the state. Yeah, I kind of I don't agree with that, but I agree that Scottsdale is probably the best place. Problem is they're going to go into Scottsdale. You know how stuff costs there. They're going to have to ask for more money, I guess, than what they asked from Tempe. And will Scottsdale say, hey, that seems like a good idea for us? I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't think it's a guarantee at all.
I feel like Mesa is just a done deal if you just show up with the money. CK says, good afternoon, fellas. Randy, beer me. That area has turned pretty rough, by the way. Yeah, you're right. The old Mesa has moved east and south. Yeah, everybody who used to live in Mesa now lives in Gilbert, Chandler, Queen Creek, Florence. No. That's where all the people from Mesa went to prison. Never mind. Beer Bob says, as a Mesa resident, I fully support this proposition for the Coyotes' new stadium. When do they need me to come down and start demolition? I got a sledgehammer. I could do it. Well, I tell you what, I think Mesa would be crazy if they didn't show up with the sledgehammers and get that done. Average Joe says, yeah, Zach Gallen is the next Randy Johnson.
Because he hit a bird?
Not quite, but yeah.
Randy Johnson exploded a bird. Gallen assaulted it. It was not the same because you saw that bird that Randy Johnson hit just go in midair. Well, there was nothing left.
You didn't see the bird. It was a blur coming in, and it was a pile of feathers leaving.
The bird that Zach Gallen killed, you're like, he might make it. No, he didn't make it. But there was still a chance and a good part of a bird left.
Yeah.
Very different, Average Joe. Average Joe, thank you. Rough Rob says, afternoon, guys. Metro Center would be a great place for the Coyotes, especially with the light rail just finishing up. I think the light rail is like a mile and a half north of where the Fiesta Mall area is too. My wife is like, yeah, there's light rail nearby. I'm like, yeah, and nobody rides it. So it's good it's there. Nobody's jumping on that and heading to a Coyotes game. I don't care if you had the light rail go through the inside of the stadium. They're still not, nobody's taking light rail. Do you know anybody takes light rail? Nobody takes light rail. No. More people take buses than light rail.
I would probably agree with that, but I don't know for sure.
Is there anybody listening right now who's on light rail?
I mean, I see people take it, but I have a car, so
just look at me. I'm Kia on that car.
You've seen my car, so you know that's.
Compared to the light rail, you can do that.
Okay, fair enough.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, how about they build a stadium where the ticket prices are under $100 a game? Fiesta Mall would destroy traffic for East Mesa and the 60. Destroy it. I mean, there's a 202 north, there's a 202 south, there's those 60 going through, the 101, all that. I don't think it'd destroy anything. I mean, every now and then you'd have maybe 15,000 cars in a parking lot. Destroy?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it would destroy it. I don't think so.
Did the Cardinals traffic destroy traffic for the West Valley, Randy?
It's a bit scary, but it didn't destroy it. No. Mm-mm. So but then the Cardinal Stadium is right there on the 101. So
well, yeah, and Fiesta Mall is right there off the 60, and you can exit to get to it off of Dobson or Alma School, or if you want to try to come at it from another angle, Country Club. You can come on off of the 202 and just shoot down south if you want to avoid some of the 60 traffic. There's a lot of stuff that you can do to get there without all the hassles there. But, that's interesting that Baker's Cocky Hens would think it would destroy the traffic. He says, by the way, I vote Casa Grande or Apache Junction.
Wow.
Lots of coyotes roaming those crap hole towns already.
Wow.
He's a hater to the end, isn't he? Harry Soap says, is the Turf Paradise location available for the coyotes? I think they just sold that to somebody who's looking to try to keep it racing. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think that's... let's see. Sean from Phoenix says, in my opinion, hockey, hands down, the greatest in-person spectator sport. Would love the Yotes to sit down with the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community and explore a partnership, but Yotes would have to make a lot of concessions, including not being able to own the land at, tribal sovereignty. But I think it's worth a shot. Yeah, I think, Sean, they're looking at they're coming with $1.9 billion. They're going to want to own. You know what I'm saying? They're going to want to own the stuff, control the stuff, see the stuff appreciate, be able to make the profits. So that's probably why, unless it was somebody brought up an idea about having a location up by the Mayo Clinic, that, that's not Indian land, right? That's Scottsdale land. That's why you probably won't hear them really exploring that. A historian says, hey guys, historically speaking, Barnum and Bailey Ringling Brothers Circus started on this day in 1884.
How about that?
In Baraboo, Wisconsin. I've never heard of Baraboo, Wisconsin.
Now you have.
We've got a lot of texts here about this, so we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk more about the fact that, hey, good news, Coyotes are still trying to work out staying. And, that was pretty much it. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Juice Reel, the betting intelligence tool that's making better bettors. Open the App Store and get your hands on Juice Reel. Start betting smarter. Juice, R-E-E-L. Juice Reel. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NBA tonight, the Denver Nuggets hosting the Los Angeles Lakers, game 2 of their Western Conference Finals series. Denver, a 5.5-point home favorite, minus 210 on the money line, while the Lakers are plus 176. The over-under is at 226. On Friday, the Boston Celtics will try to even up their series with Miami in the East. Celtics a 9-point favorite at home, minus 400. Miami plus 315 with an over-under total in Boston at 215.5. The Nuggets are the favorite to win the NBA championship at plus 140. Boston is at plus 145. The Lakers at plus 600. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Today on Hey Culligan Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey Culligan, get a smart water softener, lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Shiny and strong and healthy and hydrated. Your hair can do it all. So get to Ulta Beauty's gorgeous hair event happening now to see how you can take your hair to a whole new level. Discover beauty steals of 50% off must-haves from brands like Way and It's a 10. And explore exciting new arrivals from Lola V and Olaplex. These deals won't last long. So hurry. This event ends June 3rd. Shop in-store, online, or pick up today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Do you want to know what's trending now? You can defer payments of a full NetSuite implementation for 6 months. No payments and no interest for 6 months. This is a big deal. NetSuite by Oracle has never made an offer like this in its 22 years as the leading cloud financial system. 33,000 companies have already upgraded to NetSuite, gaining visibility and control over their financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. Everything they need to reduce manual processes, boost efficiency, build forecasts, and increase productivity across every department. In fact, almost 90% of finance leaders agree that NetSuite helps them reduce manual data entry time. Whether your business generates millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, take advantage of this special financing offer of no payments or interest for 6 months at netsuite.com/radar. That's netsuite.com/radar. netsuite.com/radar.
If you're not spending every waking moment checking us out online,
You better have a good excuse.
yeah, we've loaded up our website with the stories, pics, video, podcast, commentary, and more. The kind of stuff you love.
Hey, it takes a lot of time to post all this junk.
And you'll love every bit of it. Very well.
Or at least most of it.
It appears that the website has become alive.
Yeah, now.
It's on the internet.
1580, thefanatic.com.
Dave Wender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Coming up this weekend, we've got some long-form coverage for you of the PGA Championships. That's right. And we got the golf on Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. Wait, 11 a.m. Sorry. It's only 11 a.m. I don't know until it's done. Hey, so if you're out driving around, want to hear some golf, there you go. 888-368-1580. Keon was telling me that people are getting they're getting balls to the head out there. I mean, that's probably not the right phrasing, but they're getting
balls to the head,
getting hit by some golf balls out there. Yeah.
Bryson DeChambeau hit a fellow golfer out there with one of his tee shots.
Yeah, I'm sure that was an accident.
And it was the guy's, I think it's the guy's first time out there at the PGA Championship. And he was out there and he was excited to be with the group of guys, guys he's been watching on TV, never got the chance to play with. And then,
oh my God, this is great.
Yeah, looked up and saw Bryson DeChambeau golf ball careening towards his head. So he had to duck and kind of get out of the way. And then there was a fan a little bit later on who was hit by a golf ball. And his reward was free beer for the rest of the day. So that's not bad for him.
The rest of the day.
Oh, yeah. That's the way they do it in Rochester, New York. That's the way they do it.
It probably was the best thing ever happened to that guy. Yeah, well, I mean, it's the first day of the tournament. So, I can't remember who was saying this. Somebody was saying, it was Radio Ron. Radio Ron was taking a look at the PGA Championships. He's like, this golf course is not like a straight place. This is a place where there's lots of rough, there's lots of turns, lots of angles.
Yeah.
And he said, he was talking about how to bet it. How would you bet this PGA Championship? And he's just like, whoever is doing that, they got to have a good chipping game, and they got to be good at the rough. And he was really analyzing that thing pretty good there. And so I guess, when you have that sort of terrain, somebody's going to get balls to the head.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, also the guy that got hit, the golfer that got hit, name was Kenny Pigman.
Kenny Pigman?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to hit him with a golf club. I don't know. Baker's Cocky Hen says, surprised it wasn't Cantlay taking balls to his head. They're slow as that guy moves. Oh, Scheffler took 5 minutes on the one putt or something. I thought that I saw something like that. Scheffler is just like, na 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 na. I tell you, it was too slow.
Takes his time. He does take his time.
888-368-1580. But we were talking about was the Coyotes now considering other sites. And we know that the Fiesta Mall is a site that they're thinking about. It was funny because the city of Mesa, they put out a brief press release. Basically, when they got the news, they're like, oh yeah, somebody please take this thing. It was like 5 sentences from the city of Mesa.
Somebody please.
I'm not even kidding. Oh, this is a great area. There's lots of parking and it's already here because for the love of God. I want to see some shots on goal, not shots on kids, please.
Yeah.
Oh God, we don't want to deal with it. Yeah, Mesa is they're very hoping that they do this. Wilbur says, I didn't think they were asking the city of Tempe for any money. Wasn't it just they were going to get the land? What am I missing? Well, there was tax considerations. They wanted some money up front. They wanted some money on the other end. A couple $100 million, give or take. Or is there more, Randy?
Aside from the tax implications, that way, as our friend on the text line yesterday was saying, but I think they were asking for $400 million to complete the project. They had $1.2 billion already privately funded. So if they take over this thing in Mesa, I would imagine it would be similar, somewhere around there. And as far as the tax breaks, of course, they're going to, ask the city for tax breaks and all that sort of thing. So
I'm telling you right now, just buy it, build it, do it, ask for a tax break, but nothing more. If you build this without any funding from the general public, you will be a hero in Mesa. You will be a hero in Phoenix. You will be a hero in Arizona. That will make the love and support of the Coyotes even bigger. You will sell that damn thing out. You will have people in your hotel. You will have people in your restaurants because there'll be so much goodwill that is built by that. I guarantee you it's worth not asking for cash. It's worth not asking for money from the city of Mesa.
I would imagine this time around, though, if this is the place they're going to kind of plant their flag on and try to go after, I guarantee you the Coyotes will spend a lot of money and a very great amount of time marketing this thing. They will make sure they motivate people to vote.
Yeah, my idea, though, you don't have to vote. There's no reason to vote if you use my idea.
And especially because I like Jeffrey's idea because they plan on making this thing a giant entertainment mega complex. Like the money you're going to make from just having that thing there is going to pay you back, who knows how much over. So it doesn't make any sense to go there and ask for money and put the whole thing at risk by leaving it in the hands of voters who, may or may not turn out in the numbers you need, who may or may not fall for whatever disinformation is out there. Like just fund it yourself and just end whatever risk is involved.
Big George says people need to stop with the new Coyotes arena will destroy traffic argument. Traffic already sucks in those places, and the Coyotes aren't playing there right now. A few thousand more is not going to make a difference. I agree. I try to avoid the 60 at all costs already. It's not a great piece of freeway.
It already sucks. There's nothing about adding a stadium there that's going to make it worse.
Beer Bob says, au contraire, Jeffrey. I take the light rail to the Yotes games and the Diamondback games. Come from Illinois and have to take the E-Train light rail there. That's a luxury, actually. Really? All right, good for you, Beer Bob. So you find a place to park in Mesa, get on the light rail, and just ride that thing into downtown Phoenix.
Why wouldn't you?
How are you still alive?
Well, he's probably packing.
Oh yeah, Beer Bob's got to be packing.
Oh yeah.
Thunder Snow says, Jeffrey, actually it's pronounced Bear Abu, Wisconsin, which is also the location of the Circus World Museum,
Bear Abu. Bear Abu.
Am I really supposed to know that? Circus World Museum?
I didn't even know that there was such a thing. Wait, so the International Museum of Circuses,
right
Bear
there,
Abu
in Bear Abu, Wisconsin.
Abu.
Well, to be fair, it is a silly enough name to
warrant that. It does fit, but gee, thank you, Thunderstone. Fifth letter says Yotes, totes, coats. Who cares? Lakers in 7. All right, man. Average Joe says project was $2.1 billion with 1.9 privately. That's what I've been saying. His city would have paid $200 million, but would have easily made that back. Well, that was sort of on the surface, but what Randy was saying, it went a couple $100 million even deeper than that. Boomer Sooner says, good day. Can I get a Guinness, please? Oh, yeah, you're damn right you can. Have a Dennis, right? A Guinness. Do that thing. Baker's Cocky Hen says, you want to pass this thing? You want to pass this thing in Mesa? You want to go to Mesa? You want to put in some propositions? You want to pass this thing? You want to get tax money? You want to get tax breaks? You want to pass this thing in Mesa?
Wow. Yes.
Just promise an LDS night every month with discounted tickets. Mesa is in.
Okay. That's a fair argument. That's a very strong argument.
Wow.
That is absolutely true. But also probably goes for Gilbert, Chandler, Queen Creek, basically everywhere in the East Valley. So 888-368-1580.
we got to do something. If you really want to keep these Coyotes here and the Coyotes really want to stay here, you got to do something because now Patrick Mahomes has become very vocal and said, Kansas City Coyotes has a nice ring to it.
And he can buy the damn team.
Can I tell you how deep that is, though? That's a deep dive. You don't even realize it. Patrick Mahomes is operating on two levels at the same time. First off, KC Coyotes has a nice ring to it. Well, yeah, it does. A little alliteration. Kansas City Coyotes. The other part is Coyote. Roadrunner and a Coyote. The only cartoon where the Coyote talked. He was sitting in a little shack. He was making his bomb, and he was like patting himself on the back for being Wile E. Coyote. Super genius. I like the way that sounds. And that's what he just said. It has a nice ring to it.
If Patrick Mahomes said that on purpose, like he knows
deep dived Wile E. Coyote, man.
Then I'm just an even bigger fan. That's
Look,
just really.
man, I think everybody understands that Patrick Mahomes is playing chess. The rest of us, we're playing checkers.
His brother, however,
well,
is barely playing tic-tac-toe.
No, he's playing nothing. His fingers all the way up his nose. Anyway, so we got Patrick Mahomes trying to get the people of Kansas City. And if he really wants to kind of push this through Missouri, he's like, remember when them bastards took the Cardinals out of St. Louis? Yeah. Let's take one from them. Kansas City Coyotes. By the way, does anybody know anything about anything about Coyotes? Are there Coyotes in Kansas City? You can't call them the Kansas City Coyotes if you have no Coyotes in Kansas. That's why the Utah Jazz. That's some bull crap right there. Well, ain't no Jazz in Utah.
Well, here's the thing. When the Winnipeg Jets came to Phoenix, Arizona, they changed their name.
We had Jets. Why didn't we say Jets?
They changed their name to the Arizona Coyotes. Now, if they were to leave Arizona and go to Kansas City, Missouri, they could change their name to something else.
Kansas City Barbecues. But Patrick Mahomes wants the Kansas City Coyotes.
There are Coyotes in Kansas City.
Verified?
That's what I just got from the Goog there.
The Goog says there are Coyotes in Kansas City.
From the Kansas City Star, the newspaper. So,
by God. Patrick Mahomes now can just come for the Coyotes. He doesn't have to change the name. I don't think I'd stop liking him. I like Patrick Mahomes. And I don't think I would stop liking him even if his brother goes to jail. In fact, I'll be like, that's probably best for everyone. Yeah. Rough Rob says, new name, the Kansas City Catfish. Actually, it's not bad. That's not a bad name, but catfish swim in water. You play on frozen ice. And the frozen water. I don't know if that works.
Yeah. And the catfish that Kansas City is known for, you eat it. I don't know. That's not very intimidating.
Yeah. It's also a good thing. You don't want your mascot to be something so dumb a redneck can reach into a hole in some mud and go, I got one. Not that impressive. Average Joe says Coyotes are in nearly every U.S. state except Hawaii. We need to change that. We can't just leave them out over there in Hawaii on an island. I'm going to export some Coyotes.
They have the mongoose over there.
It might be illegal, but I want to populate Hawaii with a few dozen Coyotes and see what happens.
They have the mongoose over in Hawaii.
I don't care about no mongoose. They need Coyotes, Randy. They need Coyotes.
Do they, though?
I say they do. Maybe I should change my Make-A-Wish. If I have a Make-A-Wish, the whole thing about punching a zebra, my Make-A-Wish might change to illegally transport about 24 coyotes, male and female, to Hawaii, let them loose, tell no one, see what happens.
Well,
I'm like the guy from Jurassic Park.
I don't know why you would do that to the fine people of Hawaii.
I'm not doing nothing to them. How's that going to hurt them?
You're unleashing the Canis Latinus or whatever it's called on the great people of Hawaii.
They're like the Bud Light of wolves. You know what I mean? They're not that big.
They are not.
They're just kind of. They're not as vicious as a wolf. They're not scary like a wolf. You ever hear them run down through the washes? You're like, I feel sorry for them little bastards. They ain't no big deal. I mean, they're a big deal if you're a cat or a small child, but outside of that,
that's exactly what I mean.
I've never been walking along and been like, oh, look, coyote. Oh, no. I've been like, oh, look, a coyote.
Where's the Roadrunner? I'm sure they're sick of hearing that too, by the way. I'm sure they're sick of hearing that.
You think so?
Well, I mean, there's Roadrunners in my neighborhood too. So
When I see a coyote, I look up to make sure there's not a large anvil falling from the sky.
Yep. Looking for any vehicle that says Acme.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to be careful. A-Wings 22 says the Coyotes owner has a history of going back on business deals and a hatchet job. They tried, and the female reporter, Katie Strang of The Athletic, who tried to expose the shady business dealings, makes it very difficult to support any public funds for this ownership group. Yeah, I know there might be, some Sarver-ish, not so good kind of things to this, but again, we kind of want the hockey.
Hashtag Murillo Mafia.
What?
Hashtag Murillo Mafia.
I don't want to join that if they're going to be harassing this poor Katie Strang gal.
No, that's who they are. Yeah.
Oh, they're a literal mafia?
No, I came up with that.
Oh,
that's
it
mine.
Makes it sound like you're pro them though.
No.
Oh,
no.
Well, don't use that hashtag. It makes it sound like now because people are using the mafia like it's a cool thing. Oh, everybody's Blender Mafia.
The mafia.
All right.
It is not a cool thing.
We're Blender Mafia. I'm so glad that never happened, or Blender Nation. I'm glad it was just the fourth dimension. I'm glad we didn't have to deal with that. Crackalacken says 2 worst names in sports, Lakers and the Dodgers. Wonder what they have in common. From
They're
other
Coyotes?
places. They're from other places.
They're
The
from
Lakers
other
were from
places.
Minnesota. Dodgers were from Brooklyn.
And they didn't bother to change the name, even though it had cultural meaning where it was.
Mhm.
And then where it moved to, it had much less of a meaning.
Is that what you're
no
saying,
meaning at all.
Crackalacken? You're saying that if you move a team and you don't change its name, it's going to stink? I mean, the Coyotes changed their name, and I've not really
What
seen
about
them
the Utah
be good
Jazz?
yet. I don't know. Yeah,
What about the Los Angeles Clippers?
that makes sense. At least they're by the ocean. They were the San Diego Clippers,
Right.
So it works okay. Boomer Sooner says, did you guys see the video of the Eagles swooping down and grabbing up a poodle? Up and away. Owner got on video. They found the dog. He was okay. 4 miles away. That makes you wonder if that eagle had dropped the poodle. I saw the pictures in the video. I was like, oh my God, that is like the worst nightmare for any dog owner. We would never have a small dog out here because we see hawks occasionally land and scare off all the birds. And just like, whew. And I saw that and 4 miles away. So what they say is the eagle grabs up the poodle thinking it's food. It's flying. And he hears the poodle being like, what are you doing? Oh, crap. What is it? Oh, my God, it's a dog. I'm surprised the eagle didn't just let go and let it plummet to its death. But for the dog to have been okay, he had to come down closer to the ground and let go and release the poodle. So, that eagle did that poodle a solid. You know?
He did. Yeah, he did.
If it had been a chihuahua, he'd have dropped it from full height. Oh, hell no. There you go.
You mean I have to hear that all the way down to the ground? No, thank you. No, thank you.
And then he probably flew around in a circle, watched the chihuahua go. Excellent. Let's go find another, But I guess the poodle's just kind of chilled. Poodle's like, you can see the video. He's just kind of looking around going, hey, I can see my house from here. Maybe the poodle wasn't bright. I don't know. But I was glad that dog was okay because I was like, oh, man, that was sad.
Mhm.
Average Joe says Hawaii absolutely needs coyotes.
Why?
Do you have any idea how many chickens roam wild there?
Well,
Seriously? They've got a wild chicken problem?
They have wild chickens there.
But
they
is
have
it a
wild. They have
problem?
wild cattle there as well. By the way,
wild cattle.
Yeah, they have wild cattle there.
Where does somebody just go grab them? That's
Mm.
food.
Well,
you can make food out of
I
those.
don't know if they hunt them or not, but they have wild
You
cattle.
say
there.
hunt them. You don't hunt a cow. You walk and put a rope around his neck and lead it away.
They're
That's
wild.
hunting?
They're wild cattle.
That just
probably
feels
just-
wrong though, hunting them like buffalo.
Well, if they're not really used to people, then
Well, the chickens should be easy enough to catch. They're dumb.
yeah, they're very stupid.
Pro Dog says maybe a stadium in West Mesa could rejuvenate.
Yeah, these Hawaiians have wild cattle there.
Do they start a bunch of crap?
They're a feral breed of domestic cattle.
Feral cows?
Yes.
That's such a weird sentence.
They don't say moo. They're like, up yours. What do you want?
Kiss my brisket.
Yeah, I'm gonna crap right in the top of your car now.
How do you like me now?
Take that. Moo. They don't move. They go.
Feral cows.
What are you looking at? Close your window, lady.
There's a modern farmer writes. There's stalking wild cattle in the Hawaiian forest.
Wait, they're stalking people? Cattle are.
They're stalking wild cattle in the forest.
I've been watching you for a while, and why don't you come over here and milk me?
Milk this, Jack. Cattle are sitting around like cigars in their mouth.
They got matching T-shirts to say "Milk this, Jack." That's their. Yeah, okay. We got to take a break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
those stomach issues ruined your birthday?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Today on Hey Culligan's Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey, Culligan, get a smart water softener, lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
What if I told you there's a firm that will create a customized portfolio and financial plan for you and offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee? Think it doesn't exist? Think again.
Hi, I'm Mo Ansari, president of Compact Asset Management. When you start a new relationship with Compact, we'll create your customized investment portfolio and financial plan dedicated to help you reach your goals. Try us out for a year. If you're not happy for any reason, you'll get all of the management and maintenance fee that you paid refunded. This is our 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Call Compact Asset Management at 800-388-9700 to find out more. That's 800-388-9700. Satisfaction guarantee doesn't apply to fees and commissions charged by third parties for such things as insurance products or mutual fund redemptions. It also doesn't apply to any market losses which might occur in an account. For additional information regarding this guarantee, please see the disclosure brochure available at the time you enroll or upon request.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
Greg Clark Automotive trained and certified technicians, servicing the Valley for 45 years. Located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue. Highly rated by Google. Any of their foreign, domestic, or diesel work repairs come with a digital inspection, customer approval, and warranty. 2 years or 24,000 miles. State-of-the-art service, family touch. Contact us today at 602-246-2881 or online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Arizona's new home for sports.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I got to tell you about a British comedian that I just found. Aaron Craskell is his name. He reminds me of a young Randy White. I am not even kidding. He reminds me of your son. You know,
Really?
the beardy one. I can't remember your kid's name. Was it?
Well, you mean Jacob? That's number
is it
two.
Jacob? Is it Jacob the one with beardy? He was at the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he at the party?
Wasn't Nick? Wasn't Chris?
What party?
Well, your birthday party.
Oh, was it Jake?
Was it Jake? He's the one with the big old beardy thing, right?
Okay.
Was it?
We'll say it's Jacob. Go anyway.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
He was the guy in the military, right? Who was in the military? All of them, right? So
Yeah. Well, two out of the four boys were in the military. Yeah.
he had a little boy. There was a little boy there with him at the party. Is that Jacob? They all have little boys. I'm not doing a very good job of
Anyway,
identifying the white kid.
The more you try to narrow it down,
right
the more
along
you just
here.
explain everybody.
All right.
I'm trying to think back to my birthday party. like as if I would remember.
I'm trying to remember. Was that this year or last year?
That was last year when I was 60.
That was a year ago.
It was last year, and there was whiskey involved. So
hey, how come we weren't invited to a birthday party this year?
Didn't have one.
We didn't even know it was Keon's birthday.
When I'm 70, you guys will be invited again to my 70th birthday.
That's it. We have to wait all them years.
Yeah, listen, when you get to be
we
my
must have
age,
been horrible guests, Keon.
You only have one good party in you every decade.
Huh. All right. Well, Aaron,
you guys did come over for my birthday, though. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, told you.
You guys were standing out in the yard smoking cigars.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
I thought Keon was about to fall over from the buzz.
It was a little strong after a while there.
Yeah.
And Randy was like, you don't have to finish it.
Let me do you a solid, Keon. You can put it down if you want.
You could only tell Keon was having an issue because I'm standing there straight. You could see Keon moving back and forth in the yard,
kind of waving
like a wind vane.
Yeah, like one of those punching bags that it's been swaying there. Like someone hit it maybe 5 minutes ago, and it's just still kind of
Johnny Rivers, 1976, slow dancing, swaying to the music.
But this Aaron Kraskell reminds me of you, Randy. Does remind me of you, and he just does stuff where he just goes out in public and he's recorded himself and he just does things to mess with people. Like I just saw one during the break where he's walking around and suddenly just bursts out singing Foo Fighters with no music. He's got the earphones in, he's recorded himself, and he's like, "There goes my hero," and people are like, "Oh my God." He's doing it sitting in cafes and grocery stores and just rattling people. And then outside of that, other things he does that's more than just being obnoxious. He's a funny comedian. And I've never heard of him, but he's in England. It's Aaron Kraskell, Krasscall. If you have a chance to check him out, it's pretty damn good. It is pretty damn good. That's all I was trying to say. And it reminds me of you, Randy. I remember Randy when I first started working for the radio station, and I think he was surprised. He came up while I was talking to the general manager. I barely knew Randy, and I was wearing a button-up shirt with pockets. And he walked up, he comes up to his hand, he's like, "What's going on?" And he puts his hand in my shirt pocket, like it's his, like it's his pant pocket. I didn't blink. I just kept talking, but in my head, I'm like, this effer's all right. The person it disturbed the most was the general manager, who was already weirded out by both Randy and I. Yeah. Me, because the first time I ever saw him, I was walking by him in the hallway and said, "Hey, smoke crack." Kept walking. Randy, Jeffrey, we need to talk. That's the same GM that I on air was joking that I was out doing donuts in the parking lot. I'd gone over there because Randy was the DJ. He was the main guy. I was just comic relief. And he was back at the station spinning the platters that matter. And I was out there bringing some donuts to a business who had won a contest to get donuts for their office. Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing donuts in the parking lot." And Randy, of course, was playing the sound effect to tires squealing. The GM lost his mind. He thought it was real. He thought it was real. "Randy, Jeffrey, I don't think I don't think our insurance is going to cover that. You can't be doing that sort of, you're going to be aggravating all the people who work at the office." It's like, dude,
relax, Mike. It's going to be okay.
Old Mike Hamilton. Anyways, that my whole point was that guy reminds me of you when you were,
Thank you. That's a compliment.
Younger.
Thank you.
Anyway, 888-368-1580. CK says, "Damn, Jeffrey, you're an amazing pal. You deserve better, Randy." What did I do? What did I do? I can't remember his son's name. He has so many children.
I have half a dozen.
He doesn't
kids.
Remember all their names.
No, I just count them one to six. That's what I do. Started to do with my grandchildren the same way.
Florida Mustard says, "Randy, after yesterday's take on the Miami Heat." Oh yeah, by the way, we're going to talk about that later. Mm-hmm. I think they can still pull off the sweep. I'll explain. No. I'll explain how the Celtics can get that done. Okay. Like the Coyotes, I'm not giving up.
All right.
He says, "Last night's W couldn't have proved your point any better. Go Heats," he says.
Thank you.
All right, Florida Mustard. That's fair. Harry Soap says, "What if they call it the Kansas City crime tape?" Ooh, is Kansas City known for a lot of crime?
I don't think so.
Missouri is a bad place. Missouri.
Yeah, I've always heard that St. Louis had all the crime. I didn't know that was a Kansas City thing.
Yeah,
too.
St. Louis.
Like St. Louis is definitely rough. I got a couple friends that live there. It's not great.
And these are places that are rough for no reason. There's nothing there that matters. There's no reason to get upset. It's just a whole lot of nothing. Missouri is just, what a bleak place Missouri is.
You don't like Missouri anyway.
Well, I don't know why you get that idea. Bruno Baller says, probably not too many wild pigs in Hawaii since they all like to roast those. You think they'd like to roast them cows, man? If I knew. All right, so listen up. We got some wild cows out there. Yours if you want one. Dude, I'm going to go get one. I'm going to butcher that thing and put it in the freezer. I'm going to have steak for days. I'll have steak. Wouldn't you, Randy?
Yes, absolutely.
We should move to Hawaii. I'm encouraged to move to Hawaii.
Move to Hawaii. Okay, the cost of living here is like double what it is here, but go ahead.
But the free steak. You know?
We'd have the corner market on a local beef shop, wouldn't he?
Well, what we gotta do, we could keep doing this nonsense, over a phone line, and we could keep doing the show. But every now and then you hear Randy see something out the window. Hold on a second. He forget to mute his mic. Randy be
okay,
like,
I'm back.
No, because Randy forgot his mic. He's like, you hear. He's cutting that thing up in the yard.
Yeah.
I think it'd be amazing. We should go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says wild roosters. They were probably brought there to fight the mongoose problem years ago. Well, I guess the chickens won. Tom says feral cows and kiss my brisket. Mic drop. You guys need a raise.
Thank you.
Well, we don't if we get the free cows. Kyle G says move them to Alaska and change them to the Arctic wolves. No need to change the vision or logo either. Nothing. Plus, there's ice in Alaska.
There is a lot of ice in Alaska.
That's an awfully a long way to go to get to the away games, and it's an awfully long way to go for anybody to get to go play them.
People already hate traveling to Vancouver to play the Canucks.
Yeah.
Why would you put a team further away than them?
I like your thinking if Alaska was closer. Pro Dog says, before they were the LA Clippers, they were the Buffalo Braves. Well, but they were Buffalo Braves, then they were the San Diego Clippers because Clipper ships, and then that's why they got that. But you were right, Pro Dog. You are right.
Now I think that they've moved to Los Angeles. They're now the Tonio Clippers.
Let's see. Silly Wabbit, not a bad idea. Slim Pickens Hat says, now I want a donut. We should get that back.
Yeah.
We should do that again.
Yeah.
Although back then, just tell you how old we are, Keon, it was a fax contest.
Yeah.
We didn't have texts. We had faxes.
Yeah, businesses could fax in their submissions, and then we would have a daily drawing on what business won today.
And here's how I knew I had to run down the hall for that message. I'd hear. Mostly just to shut the door. Historian says, about cigars. I'm going to quote Rudyard Kipling. A woman is only a woman, but a good cigar is a smoke. Rudyard Kipling was kind of dumb. I would rather have a good woman before I'd ever have a good cigar.
Amen. My woman, she has an occasional cigar.
My woman lets me have a cigar sitting next to her. Not lets, but she doesn't mind if I do that. Where she was at? We were at the party there, sitting around the table.
Oh yeah.
She did not flinch once. And she was sitting next to Ralph. That should have caused a lot of flinching.
Now that would have been, yeah.
So there's a lot of people still texting about the Coyotes. We're not going to spend all day on this, guys, but I will finish up your texts when we come back on the other side. We got to talk about last night's NBA game. We got to talk about tonight's NBA game. And at some point, can we please talk football? I haven't talked football in days, man.
Let's do it, man.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Shiny and strong and healthy and hydrated. Your hair can do it all. So get to Ulta Beauty's gorgeous hair event happening now to see how you can take your hair to a whole new level. Discover beauty steals of 50% off must-haves from brands like Way and It's a 10. And explore exciting new arrivals from Lola V and Olaplex. These deals won't last long. So hurry. This event ends June 3rd. Shop in-store, online, or pick up today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Do you want to know what's trending now? You can defer payments of a full NetSuite implementation for 6 months. No payments and no interest for 6 months. This is a big deal. NetSuite by Oracle has never made an offer like this in its 22 years as the leading cloud financial system. 33,000 companies have already upgraded to NetSuite, gaining visibility and control over their financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. Everything they need to reduce manual processes, boost efficiency, build forecasts, and increase productivity across every department. In fact, almost 90% of finance leaders agree that NetSuite helps them reduce manual data entry time. Whether your business generates millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, take advantage of this special financing offer of no payments or interest for 6 months at netsuite.com/radar. That's netsuite.com/radar. netsuite.com/radar.
Do you know about 211 Arizona? It's a free service to connect you with resources anywhere in Arizona. Housing assistance and eviction prevention, transportation and ride services, healthcare benefits, food resources, and even utility bill support. Talk to a live operator in English or Spanish, 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Just dial 211 or visit 211arizona.org. Get connected, get answers, and get the help you need. This message is sponsored by 211 Arizona.
I know I need money for retirement, but what should I invest in? I also need money for the kids' college fund, and I'm not sure I have enough insurance. How do I balance all of this? I need a stockbroker, a financial planner, and an insurance agent? Ugh.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management. Here at Compact, we provide a holistic approach to wealth management with a team of professionals ready to assist you with all of your investment and financial planning needs. We offer our clients a 3-stage process that includes customizing a portfolio to fit your specific investment needs, creating a financial plan designed to help you reach your goals, and estate planning ideas to help ensure that your hard-earned legacy is passed down the way you intended. Call me at 1-800-388-9700 and let's talk about how we can work together to enhance your overall life experience. 1-800-388-9700, 800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And we're going to talk from NBA here in a moment. A lot of people still talking about 2 things. 1, the Coyotes. 2, Hawaii. Because Randy and I think maybe it's a good idea to move to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Because of all the wild cows and chickens
feral.
running around.
Feral cows.
Oh man, we'll be doing people a favor.
Yeah.
And then you grab you a chicken when you feel like you just need to feel a little healthy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty to do in Hawaii. But Boomer Sooner says, Jeff, no Hawaii. $28 for a styrofoam cooler. How much for a plastic one? I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it. The price of doing business in Hawaii is quite a bit higher. But the benefits. And all I can think is the cows. I didn't care about the beaches. I don't care about the beautiful weather. I don't care about the greenery. I'm just, Jesus Christ, the cows. Baker's Cocky Hen says, well, I talk with people from Missouri for work a lot, and it's not a great place. Mississippi has much nicer people for an M state. Yeah, the racism.
M state?
Just saying. Bruno Baller says, hey, Jeffrey, if you think that was easy, just go to Hawaii, catch a wild cow, cut it up in steaks. It'd have been done already. Bruno Baller.
Yeah.
You underestimate Randy White now.
Mm-hmm.
Keon, you could come too, but I don't know. I don't know how if you could can you handle the butchering of meat right in front of you?
Yes. I've seen it. Yeah. I mean,
you ever gotten your hands dirty?
I've never done it. No. I was a kid when I really saw it. I was not as bothered as I thought I would be. So
you were hungry.
Yeah.
When are we going to eat, Dad? When are we going to eat, Dad?
Why would we eat Dad?
No, it's not what I.
Oh, I didn't see the comma.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't see the comma. Big George says, wouldn't there be like a 5-second delay if you guys try to do a show from Hawaii? Probably not.
2.5.
A little bit of latency there, no biggie.
Yeah.
Beer Bob says, you guys know you can't bring a firearm to a sporting event. Well, why would we ever do that? Oh, because we thought Beer Bob was packing when he went on the light rail.
Oh no, he has his train that he gets on. He's got his train that he's got a secret compartment that he hides his firearm in there.
So he says, of course, I'm not packing. Well, at least not a firearm. All right.
Hello.
He says, also, if Patrick Mahomes gets the Coyotes to go to Kansas City, there will be another reason to hate him. His new name will be F. Patrick Mahomes. And if you've seen Ted 2, it'd be the same thing for what the F stands for. I think we all pretty much cracked the code on what the F stands for, but is it something different than what I've never seen Ted or Ted 2? Is it something different than what I think it is? I think I know what it is.
I haven't seen either one either, so I can't help you.
Yeah. Navy Brad says if the Coyotes move to Alaska, the movie becomes true. No, it doesn't, Navy Brad. It'll never come true. Twitty, it says, you told us about Patrick Mahomes wanting the Yotes to move to KC. Doesn't that count as football talk? That's football adjacent, I guess.
Yeah, that's more about the hockey team than the football. So
Cards Chappie says, you really don't want to eat the feral chickens and cows here. Wait, dude, you're in Hawaii?
Oh, yeah. He's stationed there.
Says they don't look all that good, to be honest. You can always come visit the island and check it out first. You're right there? Well, can you get me some pictures of the feral cows and chickens? Listen, I don't mind if the cows are not as big and plump and juicy as they are here. They're free. We just, Randy, what we do is we go round up some sons of bitches, right? And you get them cows. You get them into a corral. Close the door. Feed them a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Fatten them up a little bit.
I see.
And then now you got something, don't you?
Yes. Yes,
he's acting like they show up looking like jerky. I don't know. I need some pictures, Card Chappie. I need some pictures. I'm keeping my dream alive. All right, let's talk about last night's game. The Heat and the Celtics and all that. Before we do, though, this is kind of football adjacent. I was minding my own business, as I so often do. And now I've told you guys I'm getting ready to cut the cord and move over to YouTube TV.
Yes.
Now I'm a little worried because I see Donnie, I see Big George, and they're putting up screenshots of we are having technical difficulties. They missed the last part of the Heat Celtics game because TNT is not available.
But what I
understand
is you got to watch a whole string of Disney's Under the Sea upcoming special
over and over and over. Da 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 up yours. That's what everybody was saying at their TVs. And like, we're aware of the problem. Our team is working on it. The team sucks because everybody missed the end of that game if they had that.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that came to my mind, and that's why I posted up. I'm like, this does not bode well for the NFL Sunday ticket, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I'll lose my damn mind if I pay that much money for Sunday ticket and I get da 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 da. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I would lose my ever loving bleep. So that's hopefully is like, oh, hey, now we know what we have to do to be better. And it won't happen during football season. I am not confident. Not confident.
People are kind of mad about this. Screw this up during football season and see how it goes.
My God.
People will riot. I don't think that they have any idea how bad this is. They better not screw this up during football season.
Or at least just loop something other than the Little Mermaid, and mix it up a little bit.
I'm just saying that you can loop whatever you want. If someone misses the entire second half of a game, they don't care if you loop Metallica's greatest hits. Get that thing fixed, man.
YouTube will have to do business from an undisclosed location.
If you
can find them, it ain't good.
I can see either you or I walking in the day after that happened. Okay, wait, we ran how many Little Mermaid spots in a row? With this look on her face. Wait, what?
It wouldn't affect the radio. It's not going to affect our broadcast. Radio broadcast, YouTube broadcast, very different. But yeah, if it's that sort of thing that happened on a radio station, I've had board ops dumb enough. I've had employees dumb enough. They're like, how long has that show been off? Well, about 13 minutes. What have you been doing? I've just been playing this music over and over. We're a talk station.
Yeah.
That music is for like, I got 30 seconds to a minute of dead air, and then you go to a break, and then we figure something else out, go to network. You sat on this for 13 minutes?
Yeah.
And it's not even real music. It's just like some sort of sound alike, like
royalty free punk or funk music.
It's kind of stuff you heard. If you heard that song online, you'd hang up because you'd be like, it's either this or I'm murdering people. I can't listen to this long term.
You've been sitting on this for how long?
I have said that sentence to so many guys that work in radio.
Oh, yeah.
And how long have you been doing this? What the?
I didn't know who to call.
It's me. It's always me. Why?
Who else?
What? Did you think that the radio fairy was going to come and touch it with a wand and everything be okay? God. And no, silly wabbit, I will not give you a list of the dumb board off because it's long. It's just so long. It's just so long. CK says Patrick Mahomes needs to shut his filthy mouth. Well, no, you're going to be so venomous towards him. It's his brother Jackson. He goes, oh, no, Jackson Mahomes, may his prison wallet be robbed off.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't know they gave you a wallet when you get to prison.
Yeah, I mean,
that's interesting. Big George says, you guys are right. As annoying as it is, to miss the end of game one of the Eastern Conference Finals, hell hath no fury is scoring NFL fans during the season, especially with how much they're charging for the NFL Sunday ticket.
And oh my God, if your team is in the hunt and you're sitting there trying to watch that, and
well,
it goes
that
out
won't be
for
any of our problems.
No. I mean,
No,
of course not. Well, Washington likes to pretend like they are, for like a good stretch there near the end before they bow out gracefully.
We could do it. No, you can't. No, you really can't. You just don't get
They do something stupid like win 5 in a row, making sure that you absolutely can't draft anywhere at the top of the draft. But then once you've eliminated that completely, then you don't make the playoffs. That's really what you do.
No, we none of us are going to have to worry about the hell having no fury. But yeah, a bunch of you guys have real teams. You sure could, and hopefully they'll get that fixed because I have done all the things I need to do. There's stuff on my DVR that I wanted to save, TV appearances and stuff that I've done that are just sitting there, and I don't have them anywhere else. So I got a piece of equipment and I recorded them into my computer. There's no reason I can't cut the cord now. But now I'm nervous. I'm nervous. But I won't get the Sunday ticket anywhere else. So if it's going to be somewhere, that's where I'm going to have to go get it. So biting that bullet here very soon. So let's talk about last night. Jimmy effing Butler.
Yeah.
35 points. That, I mean, remember when I said this yesterday? But then every now and then the Boston Celtics lose a big one at home, don't they? Turns out they're 4-4 in the postseason at home. So they actually have a crap record at home. And they just happen to survive it every time.
In fact, they are the only team left in the playoffs that is lost at home.
I'm just stunned.
No, nobody else has.
You had thought maybe game 2 that would happen, not game 1.
Yeah.
Or game 5, maybe. But I just did not see that coming. And I guess Randy did. I didn't get my exacto on the over-under, so Randy got that. I guess I'm not going to get my Celtics in 4. I guess that's dead. Yeah. Did anybody other than Randy do well on anything?
I think Keon, he took the over.
I took the over.
I thought you took the over.
Keon took
the over.
I think we both did. Yeah.
Yeah, we both took the over.
Yeah.
On your coattails, Randy.
So, all right. Hey, look, I know where the wisdom is.
I've just been watching what Miami's been doing, and even though they, like I said yesterday, even though they've lost a couple of people, and Tyler Hero is gone, Jimmy Butler has stepped up. He has manned up, and he feels like he can carry this team all the way through the finals and to a championship.
Jason Tatum stepped down. What the hell happened to him?
Well, I don't know what happened to him.
I don't even know that he stepped down necessarily. I mean, he had a 30-point game.
Yeah,
where
he
Jason
didn't take
Tatum,
a shot in the fourth quarter. He didn't take a shot.
And part of that is got to give credit to Jimmy. Jimmy guarded him the entire fourth quarter and basically just locked up Jason Tatum and threw away the key. There was no shot to be had for Jason Tatum. And, he scored 6 points in the fourth quarter, but it was all getting to the free throw line. So, I mean, good for him for not quitting in that regard. But there was no shot there. Jimmy locked him up. And I don't know how he did it to be able to give you that level of offensive output on one end and then play that level of defense in the fourth quarter on the other end is absolutely incredible. And playoff Jimmy, he likes to say that, don't talk about it that way, but playoff Jimmy's real, man.
Yes.
Hi, we're here for Jimmy Butler's drug test.
I mean, to do that in the Eastern Conference Finals is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you want to know where the Celtics lost this game, though, that was coming out of halftime into the third quarter when they gave up 46 points in the quarter. They won every other quarter but that one.
46-25 right there. Man. Baker's Cocky Hen says Boston does this every game when it feels like. ESPN still giving Boston 97% odds to win. Well, ESPN is also dumb. I don't know if those odds should now be 97.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
You can still believe in them. You can still be high on them, but 97%, I don't know about that one.
Jagdog says, Jeffrey, I froze my DirecTV. They charged me 14 cents a month. I signed up for YouTube TV. So far, it's good. They did jack up the TNT last night, but only problems I've had so far. Yeah, I'm either in or I'm out. I ain't freezing nothing. I'm just getting rid of it. I'm going all in. And when I'm scared, here's it. It's always, when you're going swimming, I have my kids, I got my kids. And my son, he'll kind of look at you and kind of put his foot in and be like, you get in there. My daughter, no matter what you tell her, she will walk in slowly. Okay. It's cool. And like, if you just jump in, it's better. And she's like, I don't believe you. And she'll walk in. My son's like, oh, it's great. Everything's great. Just jump in. So I'm the jump in kind. I'm going to jump into YouTube TV, whatever may come. I'm going to be upset, aren't I?
I sure hope not.
I don't think so. I don't think
I
so.
would have been upset last night.
I think, last night's last night, but I have not experienced that kind of problem. And I've been on YouTube TV for a couple years now. So
everybody experienced it last night, which means you would have experienced it last night too if you're watching.
I wasn't watching the game though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just because you didn't experience it doesn't mean you wouldn't have. Point is, that worries me. But I guess there ain't, you just got to trust and hope for the best. Hefty Lefty says, I hope I'm seeing the following lineup tomorrow night for the Lakers there. Braun, Davis, Vando, Rui, Russell. He says, I want to put Russell on KCP, Braun on Porter, Rui on Jokic, Vando on Murray, and Davis on Gordon. I also feel like the Lakers are going to need Beasley this series to play some valuable minutes and hit some threes. That's what he was brought for. Dude sinks threes like nobody's business. Every time I ever watch him, even when they lost, he missed 1 3, and you could tell that bothered him a lot. During a timeout, he was sitting there looking all dejected. I'm like, dude, you just hit a bunch of threes in a row. I don't know what you're going to be all torn up over that one.
That's just what shooters are like. Shooters are like that. I mean, like the really great ones, they don't like to miss. That's the shot that they are paid to take. And if they're open in their mind, doesn't matter how many shots they made before, They ought to make that one too. And, Steve Kerr was like that back in the day. The shooters just, Reggie Miller, they just don't want to see it come out.
I feel like, wasn't Beasley already a starter? He's always been a bench guy. He plays a lot of meaningful minutes.
He's in and off. He's on and off of the bench. I think Darvin Ham kind of rotates them. His rotations are really good. He knows which guys are going to do better sometimes in certain series where they're the starters and where you're coming off the bench. And just because you're coming off the bench doesn't give you the right to sulk in that offense, because you might still play a lot even if you're not starting.
Big George says I can still get the Boston Celtics sweep that I predicted. I wait 20 years for time travel technology, and then I go back in time, go Terminator on the Miami Heat roster right before game one, and then I'm right.
Yes, I could see that happen. Yes,
but no, it would already have happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it would have already happened. So since it didn't happen, there ain't no time travel in 20 years, and I probably don't have that many years after that. How much Terminator action am I going to come back doing at 80?
Well, if you've seen the movies, they're still doing it, and Arnold's old and he's still there
80,
terminating things.
80.
I don't know how old he is, but I don't think he's 80, but he is doing this longer than I thought he would be doing this.
Yeah. I don't think that it's in the cards for me, George. I wouldn't mind, but it's not in the cards. Pinocchio says, I'm 97% sure if Tatum travels 2 possessions in a row the next game, we're going to join the Bruins on the Harbor Cruise. Pinocchio, it's just one game, man. They always do this a game, and then you go on with your life and win the thing. You got to win the thing.
Join the Bruins on the Harbor Cruise.
Yeah. Hefty Lefty says Beasley barely played last series. Are we talking about the right person? No, I'm thinking about Reeves. Never mind. I was thinking about Reeves. My bad. Who's Beasley?
Malik Beasley.
All right. I was talking about Reeves. I thought Reeves was a starter.
Yeah, Reeves is a starter. Damn good one, too.
I need some candy. Let's take a break. Let's come back and talk about what's going to happen tonight with the Los Angeles Lakers and see about betting that. And if Against the Spread was not legitimately angry at me yesterday, actually, I don't think he was, because I didn't mean any harm by what I said, then he'll give us some advice on how to bet these Lakers versus the Nuggets tonight at about 5:30 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called Testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text METER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424. Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
Those stomach issues ruined your birthday?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, Talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Today on Hey Culligan Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey, Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
New schedule, new season, new direction. This year, the Cardinals will travel over 25,000 miles. They will do battle against Bears, Browns, Texans, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Eagles, Steelers, and Commanders on the road. They will face the Bengals, Cowboys, Giants, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Falcons, and Ravens at home. Think there won't be drama? When it comes to Arizona Cardinals football, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
You know, it's time for more candy when I get Reeves and Beasley confused.
Yeah. They don't look anything alike. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, so Denver Nuggets hosting the Los Angeles Lakers. Game dos. It's Spanish for two-key. It's the second game in the Western Conference Finals. And, well, see, here's the thing. The Nuggets won the first game at home. They're undefeated at home during playoffs. But those Lakers did some second half adjustments, and it was close. It was scary close. And I wonder if now going forward, old Ham and LeBron and Anthony Davis and everybody else, you think they're going to win this one? I would say they have a better chance of winning this game than we originally would have thought before.
Yeah, I mean, they have a better chance. I'm still going to take the Nuggets. I mean, the Nuggets.
Oh, yeah. Hatred for the Lakers is palpable.
And it's not even just hatred for the Lakers, though.
Pure hatred.
Obviously, that too. But I just think
are like,
but the Nuggets are still at home, okay, where they don't lose very often. And it's not like the Lakers adjustment just kind of ends everything. Like there's no counter to be made there. Like if you're going to have Rui Hachimura on Jokic, making life kind of difficult for him and having Anthony Davis be the help defender, well, then that means that Anthony Davis is actually guarding Aaron Gordon. So what can Aaron Gordon do? Where can Michael Malone put him on the floor to keep Anthony Davis out of the way so that he can't help on Jokic? And now it's just going to be Jokic on Hachimura, because it's not like Hachimura was stopping Jokic by himself. It was the fact that Anthony Davis could come over and be the help defender that made that work so well. And the spacing, if you go back and look at it, Aaron Gordon is kind of like crowding up the space because he likes to be the rebounder. Well, he might not be able to hang out there. So if you move him further away and make Anthony Davis have to cover more ground, Aaron Gordon's going to be open if Anthony Davis comes over to help. Like that's one adjustment that maybe can be made. And then there's probably much more. They've been watching the film. I haven't, but like there's definitely ways to counter what Darvin Ham did. And so like there's going to be a new look out there. And I do think
they probably know that. You know what I'm saying? They're all making new adjustments to the perceived and remembered. And I would imagine the coaches on both teams are just like going crazy the last 48 hours.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you just kind of have to. You have to be ready to counter and counter the counter. It's just part of playoff basketball.
Well, if we counter the counter and then they counter our countering of the counter, what about the countering of the counter of the counter of the counter?
Yeah.
I don't want to be here anymore.
It's like chess. Whoever can think the furthest moves ahead, that's the person that's going to come away with the advantage. And I think that both of these coaches have shown that they're capable of doing that. And the other thing is not to forget, but the Nuggets are perfectly capable of running their offense through Jamal Murray. Like they don't need to do it through Jokic. I mean, they got a couple of games against the Suns where it was just a Murray show. And he can do that. And I actually kind of expect that tonight to be one of the main things that Michael Malone's going to do.
Colts fan Dan says, what kind of candy you doing, Jeffco? Hope it's not the nose candy. What am I? What? What was his name? I forgot his name already.
Senior moment, eh?
No, from KZZP. What am I, Bruce Kelly? Okay. No, I got the M&Ms. Got the M&Ms right here. That's what I. That's the candy power pellets is what I call them. Thank you, Colts fan Dan. Hefty Lefty says they need to take Gordon out of the baseline dumper spot and pull Davis away from the help side.
Yeah,
he probably didn't type it like that, but every time I see help side, when you said that, I thought about Pootie Tang, on the running side. I love Pootie Tang so much. 888-368-1580. All right, how are we going to bet this game, guys? Well, I'm going to start with you, Randy. Denver Nuggets at home, Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah, can I be honest? I wish Darvin Ham was our coach. I mean, we can't have Monty, so wouldn't it be nice if we had Darvin Ham? I hope he pisses off LeBron James and gets fired, and we go, hey, we'll take that. We'll take that, and we get hard. It's not going to happen, but that's my wish, But anyway, so what do you say, Randy? First off, who do you think is going to win?
Well, Denver's been tough at home all season long, and I don't think the Los Angeles Lakers have what it takes to steal one from Denver, at least not at this point. Maybe in game 4 or 5, but not right now. Certainly not right now. So I've got Denver winning the game. I'm going to take the over, whatever the over is. I'm taking it.
And 226.
And I think that I agree with Keon. I think Murray has a huge night tonight. They change things up and they counter the counter that the Los Angeles countered against their counter. So when it all started, there were several counters, and I want to go take a nap now.
Okay, so you're taking the over, which is 226. You're taking the Denver Nuggets, and both of you guys are taking the Nuggets because I heard you say that earlier, Keon. I'm not that confident in the Denver Nuggets. This Los Angeles Lakers team, they figured some stuff out in the second half. They about won this game. I saw it with my own eyes, and I got heartburn because I don't want them to win, Anyway, so I'm not as confident. I'm going to say, yay, Denver Nuggets, because I'm not betting on this personally. But if I were betting on this, I would probably do the spread. I think it's going to be a tight game. Just like the last one, somebody may pull ahead. And we've seen the Nuggets come from behind. We've seen the Lakers come from behind. Both teams are capable of doing it. And if it doesn't happen like that, it's going to be a tight game at the end, I think, no matter what. So spread is 5.5. I would absolutely, whoever you want to cover the spread, I would take the spread. And as far as money line, I wouldn't even touch that. Over under, I will take that. The exacto. It'll be exactly 226 points tonight. How are you going to bet this, Keon?
I'm going to take the over. I agree with Randy. This is about to be a very high scoring.
Cowards.
Not taking the exacto.
Take the exacto. Come on, man.
Cowards.
And then I'll take the Lakers to cover the 5.5. I don't think they'll win, but I think it's going to be a really close game. And I think it's absolutely possible for the Lakers to cover this spread.
I think it's I'm going to say go Denver Nuggets on this, but I would not be shocked if the Lakers win tonight. I'm just saying.
Wouldn't be surprising to me either, but I am taking the Nuggets. Just I just feel like a Jamal Murray game is on its way.
The Lakers, we thought, oh my God, the Warriors are going to run them out of the building. They're going to run them out of the building with their shooting and their pace. It's going to overwhelm. And then it didn't. And then other things, we thought this kind of the same thing. Phoenix Suns, Denver Nuggets didn't. But the Lakers got more gas in them than you ever thought they would. I mean, you got to be admitting you're surprised. You are surprised that the Lakers have wheels. My God, they doesn't matter if the team pace is fast or slow. Yeah, I feel like the Lakers are just right there with everybody.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I just don't think the Nuggets have played up to a supersonic pace at this yet. I think when it comes down to it and they have the opportunities, I think they'll run the Lakers out of the gym. I mean, that's just me. I mean, who's going to keep up?
It's not
with
how they play, though.
Rui Hachimura is not going to keep up with him. He's not a speed demon. Hey, who's going to keep up with him?
What are you talking about?
Bron James is going to keep up with him. He's not going to keep up with him. He's been lagging. He's been lagging back there.
He's done fine with the Warriors. They were fast.
Well, I mean, in game 1, I saw a lot of lagging. I saw AD kind of lagging.
Might have been
And
your YouTube TV.
I'm telling you, Denver, Mike Malone is going to be the coach of the year. And the Denver Nuggets, they are going to get these guys if they don't. The Lakers better tighten up. If they think they're in this, they better tighten up.
Well, I hope you're right.
And we saw what happened with the Suns. The Suns never quite got a good start against the Nuggets.
Yeah.
And the Lakers had a slow start. So like you figured it out, but you didn't, you were so far behind by the time you got back in it, the game was over. And if you have another slow start in Denver, you're not winning that game. They have to come out running. That's the way the Lakers win this.
Well, I guess we'll find out. And that is coming up in about an hour. It's not on the tent. It's on ESPN. So hopefully there won't be any issues with your TVs tonight. I like the tent better, though. Oh, man.
It's a better broadcast.
I do, too. Yeah.
Old Charles Barkley was going medieval on John Morant last night. I don't know if you saw the video. Oh, he was giving him the what for. Saying, okay, I'm not going to run it for you.
I got to see that.
Google Charles Barkley, John Morant, and watch the clip. I'm not even going to tell you. It was one of those things you're like, damn. A, he's right. And B, damn. Hefty Lefty says, that reminds me, Randy, I need to stop by the deli counter. Thanks. Pink Eye says, all this Nuggets talk is making me hungry. Did you guys ever buy Nuggets for that school? No, because he lost the bet. And I wasn't ever going to do that. That was mathematically a hugely bad idea.
Nuggets
as a bet.
School?
Remember, against the spread, he bet us.
I think Randy wasn't here that day, actually.
An order of chicken nuggets for like 150 kids at a school, or if we won, he'd bring by a pizza. I'm like, that doesn't seem like a balanced bet.
Boy, we're getting the shaft on that one.
Well, we didn't make the bet. I would love to buy them kids lunch at the school. That's a different kind of conversation, but I'm not going to make a lopsided bet. Aiton's Army is on the text line, says Contavious Caldwell Pope and Austin Reeves get 15 plus points each tonight. Book it. There you go. There's part of a parlay. I guess you could do a two-player parlay. It increases your odds some, but the more you add on to your parlay, the more you get. But I am saying that after I've seen some people doing parlays, sometimes conservative is better, and that right there sounds like a lock to me. Don't you think?
Yeah, and then maybe if you want to try and add something else to that, I mean, if you go double-digit rebounds for Jokic, you're probably correct.
Yeah, put some rebounds for Jokic, and then you get to control your own parlay, so you can make it easy. But the more legs, the more legs in the parlay, even if they're easy, it bumps the odds, and then you have a chance of making even more money. So just be careful with it. But I watched a lot of people, and I'm like, I might do some conservative parlays. But Contavious Caldwell Pope and Austin Reeves getting 15 plus points each sounds pretty good. Aiton's Army. Hefty Lefty, thank you for that. All right, so I don't want the Lakers to win. But you got to admit, and I said it earlier, their coach is awesome. That's conflicting for me. Is that it's okay to say you like the coach, right? The other guy?
Yeah, especially if he's actually a good coach, which Darvin Ham is.
We got to figure out how to get him out of LA.
Yeah, I think they've got him pretty well locked down.
Oh, I think he's a made man now, as well as they've done this year, even considering how it started and where we all thought that was going.
Yeah.
I mean, I know all the retreads are the names that are coming up for the Suns job, but I think the Suns need to probably think outside the box a little bit and really do their homework and try to hire an assistant who can make a similar impact. That's
Simon Pegg. Actor Simon Pegg. They should look at him for coach. You said outside of the box.
That might be a little too far.
Denzel Washington.
I mean, maybe still stay.
No. See, now you got something, Randy. Denzel Washington, Samuel Jackson. They've played coaches.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Who else would make a good out of the box coach?
Sidney Poitier.
I think he died. Pretty sure he died.
Never mind. Just scratch him off the list. Then. Yeah.
Legend. Though.
I kind of want Simon Pegg to be our next coach, because that would mean Nick Frost would show up as an assistant or something. It would be fun. It would just be a lot.
You wouldn't win many games, but you'd have a blast.
I don't know how many people actually know who the hell I'm talking about right now, but I'd watch every game. Like, something good's happening. You see all the players clear out. Can Nick Frost just cut the cheese? Sorry. Anyway, I covet the Laker coach. Is that okay? Is that fair? I covet the neighbor's coach.
I don't.
You don't?
No.
I mean,
What's
I
your
think
problem
that's
with
fair.
Ham?
He's coaching the Lakers.
So what?
Yeah, guilty by association.
I understand what you're saying.
Look, a lot of people like Aaron Judge just because he's a nice guy, he's a class act. I don't like him.
No, he's a Yankee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there you go.
I'll give him a sliver of respect for for taking out that Canadian sign. That's all. That's where it stops.
Nah.
The rest of the time, you Susanna Hoff's cheating bastard.
Yeah.
Pat like an Egyptian. What's over here? A sign? Okay, I'll hit that. Yeah. Okay. Aaron Judge.
Yeah, no, he hits the ball a long way, but no, guilty by association.
Keon, this isn't a bad idea. Baker's Cocky Hen says Kevin James for coach.
Oh, hey.
Well,
he played
Sean Payton. So coach, but not the right sport, probably.
Jack Black. Bring in Jack Black.
Did teach a music
That'd
class.
be something.
Once.
School of Rock. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, when he would call out the coaches and yell, he'd probably be singing in that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mic him up.
It's a long
Silly
way
Wabbit.
to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Silly Wabbit says, wait, you guys are associating with Ralph. Is that guilt by association because of his Lakers?
Well, Ralph's not part of the organization, though.
No.
Oh, if you ask him, he is. He's got all these replica rings and trophies and banners.
Ralph is just he's a rabid fan. That's all. He's harmless.
Just because he thinks the Lakers are his employers doesn't actually mean that they are.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I mean, to hear Ralph tell the story, they personally send him the trophies just so he can have them for the summer. I mean,
yeah,
he has a fine selection of pewter championship rings. Baker's Cocky Hen says Jackie Moon. Oh yeah.
Oh, Jackie
wow,
Moon.
Didn't even think about that. Yeah,
the promotions would be great,
and he could be a player coach.
There
Historian
we go.
says Gene Hackman is your next coach.
Oh yes,
I love Gene Hackman. He's very, very old, but he's still hanging out. He's still running out, getting some hamburgers, going to the Home Depot, doing his thing. He's like 97 or something.
Yeah,
like, he's still driving.
Wow. Yeah.
Beer Bob says I'm okay for Sam Jackson, head coach. That's thinking outside the box, but he can't be the nice, polite Coach Carter. I want snakes in a plane, Sam Jackson. Are you kidding me? Coach Carter, remember when he was like, the guy tried to take a swing at him, grabbed him, put him against the wall. And I was like, ooh, he's going to shoot him at any moment. Kevin James says CK could be the coach and security guard at the same time. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, that's right.
Number one Rattler fan says, so the coach hired Jeff Saturday. Why can't the Suns just hire Tom Chambers? Tom Chambers' blood alcohol level is at a constant.
Yeah,
I don't think that
it's at least double the legal limit at all times.
Not conducive to coaching, but does all right for announcing. Navy Brad says Kurt Russell for coach.
Snake
Snake
Plissken as the
I want
head
the eye
coach.
patch. I want the eye patch, the greasy hair. Don't you remember that in the which one was it where he was like doing those basketball shots? And those were all him. That wasn't special effects. They did a lot of takes, but he did a half court shot where he threw the ball kind of like that and it went in. You even know what I'm talking about? I think it's Escape from New York. It might have been Escape from LA. I
don't know.
But there was a thing in a basketball court. A vague memory of it.
I don't know if it was Escape from New York because I saw that several times. I don't remember.
Well, then it's got to be LA then because he was doing these basketball, some sort of competition. I would vaguely remember this.
Escape from LA.
Okay. We'll try to get a YouTube of this, but Pliskin basketball shots. And everybody thought, well, that was just special effects. No, he actually did them over and over and over again till they went in. And then of course they edit the movie and it looks like, oh my God. So I'd be all right with Kurt Russell. Yeah, I'd be all right with Kurt Russell. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk about DeAndre Ayton.
Why?
And other things.
Okay.
Because he's leaving.
I hope so.
There is a couple of teams now interested. I'll tell you who they are when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
Today on Hey Culligan Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey, Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called Testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text METER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424. Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Arizona offers thousands of helpful resources for service members, veterans, and their families. But navigating the system can be confusing and overwhelming. Call 866-4AZ-VETS to talk directly to caring people professionally trained to help you. Get connected to resources and benefits at no cost. Just call 866-4AZ-VETS now. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
If it's local, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. The Fanatic.
Danny Blunder here on 1580, The Fanatic. Mr. Pink Eye says, Bill Walton for Suns coach. He'd be able to relate with the players. No, Kevin Durant for sure. You know what I'm saying? 888-368-1580. All right, so let's talk about the case of DeAndre Ayton. Your first thought on that, if they're going to deal him out, and you would have to think they're going to, unless Ishbia, who did not like Monty, it has been reported it was never fond of Monty. Whatever their case, whatever their personality differences, I don't fault Monty, but Ishbia, he was not a fan. So does Ishbia blame Monty for DeAndre Ayton? And does Ishbia think, hey, hold on to DeAndre Ayton? The next guy we bring in here, maybe he can fix DeAndre Ayton. Get what you want to get out of DeAndre Ayton.
I don't know, because I don't think Matt Ishbia is that attached to DeAndre Ayton either. I mean, he didn't draft him. He wasn't the owner here. So
he ain't gonna be attached, but it's also gonna be, look at the potential. We saw the potential and we got angry that he didn't live up to it. And especially in these playoffs, he lived down. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play as well as he usually does. In the regular season, he did great. And in playoffs, he just gave up. He was not just those, gee, we wish he was more aggressive. We were like, gee, I wish he was playing. You know, what the hell's going on here? So Ishbia, as a businessman, one direction or the other, I don't think he's going to be precious about the fact he didn't bring him. He's not going to be precious about the fact I don't know. I think he's going to be looking at this as like, okay, here is this player. Can we get more? No, let's get rid of him. Yes, let's figure it out. But that's going to be probably one of those things. You know how they always ask the questions of the coaches? I'm sure they did with the Cardinals. What would you do about DeAndre Ayton? So he's waiting to hear somebody tell him, I can take care of that. Or probably best to trade that guy. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that's definitely what he's going to look at is from a purely results-based perspective. Can someone get DeAndre Ayton to be the DeAndre Ayton that we saw in college, that we've seen at times on this team during the finals run, that we've seen during the regular season at points? Can we get that guy consistently? Can a coach get that guy consistently or not? And if the answer is no, I just don't think that Matt Ishbia is going to be like, it's not going to be a situation where he's attached to DeAndre Ayton in the same way where people suspect, maybe Kyler Murray won't be traded because Michael Bidwell really likes him. I don't think this situation is like that because Ishbia is just coming in and he's just going to make the cold-hearted decision that he has to make.
Well, the cold-hearted decision is a good idea, and that's the Pacers originally said, hey, we'll give you $133 million offer there. That's right. $133 million, 4-year deal. Let's do this. Why wouldn't they do that again? They're still rebuilding. And, the Suns could probably get a little something out of it. You just really want out of the contract so you can do business with somebody else. But there's Miles Turner sitting there.
Yeah, and they like him. They like Turner. Obviously, they paid him. I mean, they prefer. I think they preferred DeAndre Ayton. And again, from just a potential perspective,
he's cheaper, right?
Turner.
Yeah.
I think Turner's a little bit cheaper. But the thing is, the motor has never been an issue for Turner. Turner's going to show up and play. So I don't know if the Pacers would make that move now. Turner got his money. He went out and averaged like 18 a game during the season and somewhere around 10 rebounds a game. So he had a really, really good year. So I don't know if they feel like DeAndre Ayton would be an upgrade at all, or if they still covet him more than they like having Turner on the roster. I will say that DeAndre Ayton's about 3 years younger. So if they're trying to make a young nucleus, a young core of guys that can be competitive in the next couple of years, it might make sense to go with Ayton just because you're going to have more guys on the same timeline at that point, as opposed to when your guys now are ready to start playing playoff basketball. Turner's going to be like, what, 30?
Yeah, but it's the same question though, isn't it? It's the same question you'd ask a new coach for Phoenix. You got to ask the Pacers, who I'm sure watched the playoffs. Do you think you can make Ayton better? Or do you think Ayton is just exactly good enough the way he is? If Ayton had been on the Pacers and let's say they were in a playoff, that sort of play ain't going to get you there, man. Or would it with this Pacers team?
That's the thing is they have Rick Carlisle as their head coach. Rick Carlisle's a highly respected guy. Rick Carlisle's won an NBA championship. He won an NBA championship where Dirk Nowitzki was his best player. And then look at the rest of that roster. It was not great. It was like old Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, it wasn't a great roster of guys. So do you need DeAndre Ayton to be some kind of superhuman? Probably not if you have Rick Carlisle as your head coach, and if you feel like Rick Carlisle can reach him and draw that potential out of there, that in a way that maybe they don't think Monty could have. And again, I don't know what the Pacers think of Monty. Then that would be enough of a reason, even if they watched Ayton, to still say, yeah, we'll go with the younger guy and we'll trust that our coach can do that better.
I was reading a report by Hoopswire, and there was a line in it that caught my eye. If Ayton could reach his first overall status. Yeah. Well, if he could do that, we would not be getting rid of him in Phoenix. Yeah. If he could do that, we probably would still be talking about our playoff games against the Lakers.
The thing that I see about DeAndre, and if I'm Matt Ishbia, and of course, you're going to quiz any new coaching candidates, but if I'm Matt Ishbia and I've and I'm James Jones. I'm gonna have players come in and talk about what was it like when DeAndre, what happened? What was going on? Why did DeAndre give up on the team? It was obvious that he gave up. It was obvious he did not play as strong as he could. And I don't know if he was pouting or if he was
not getting hurt for this is what it felt like.
It seemed like that, but I don't want to speculate. I'm just saying I would bring in Devin Booker. I'd bring in Kevin Durant. Now, if we're making changes,
I'm sure they have.
What does it mean to you to keep DeAndre Ayton here? And do you think there's some way we can extrapolate this talent that he has, or should we make some changes to solidify this team?
Now, we know they were kept in the loop when they fired Monty, and part of that loop probably also included conversations about DeAndre Ayton. And remember, we had talked about this during the season and the playoffs. Sometimes it looked like they gave up on feeding him the ball because it's like little effort, and it's like, well, that was worthless. And I feel like that Booker and Durant didn't have the respect for his game, or they just were like, we can't give it to him. He ain't going to do nothing with it, And that was a frustration last year with just Booker, I think, where he was like, I can't do anything if you don't give me the ball. And everybody's like, well, every time we give you the ball, it's not a sure thing, even though it should be.
But the thing is, like, his stat line would be like 9 of 12 or 7 of 9. It's not like he was missing most of the shots he was taking. He was actually making most of them.
That's fair. And we've talked about the difference between stats and in the situation. And in that situation, you'll say 9 of 12. But after a couple of times in a row of just, you're going to be reluctant to be like, well, we're trying to win this damn game. And I give it to him and he's not giving the full effort. And he's sort of, it's not working. We're going to somebody else.
Well,
I'm just saying that's not the best coaching. Maybe that's not the best of DeAndre Ayton or even now Kevin Durant to do in that game. But it's a thing, man. If you and I were playing against, say, Randy and Radio Ron, and every time you pass me, I just shoot a blind 3, you'd stop giving me the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you've played.
You'd start be like, nope, got to do this myself now.
You've played church league basketball. I've played tons of pickup basketball. Everybody knows that guy on the floor sometimes where it's like, dude, you're not touching the ball if I have anything to do about it. So I get it. It is a real thing where you just go, look, man, back-to-back possessions, we need a bucket. We went to you and you did nothing at all. So that obviously like demoralizes a person,
right?
In terms of trying to give you the basketball. So I understand that there's a difference between the stats and that. I'm just saying, if you in your head, you're saying he's missing all these shots, he just wasn't. And I don't know if he wasn't because everyone was just like, no, we're cutting you off.
Matters.
We're cutting you off before you get the opportunity to miss more.
Right.
Or
you see where this is going? We're going a different direction. Carson Palmer didn't throw constant interceptions, but man, at some of the most pivotal moments, he did. And everybody's like, oh, his stat lines were amazing. But when it mattered, that's where you lost the confidence. And I think that's what happened with DeAndre Ayton 2 playoff seasons in a row.
I think that's part of it, though. I do think part of it is coaching being kind of weird because he'd be dominant in the first quarter and then they'd stop passing to him in the second. That's not even when it matters. That's like, dude, he's rolling right now. Like, you can't go away from him right now when he's rolling. If you see the little weak shot and it's just not going, that I get. But there were times where he'd be rolling and they would just go a different direction. And you're just like, well, this is.
So then later when they went to him and he just kind of, because he's pouting because they didn't go to him in the second quarter.
Maybe, but go to him in the second. Even like give it to him in the second if he's still rolling in the first. Like that just to me didn't make any
deal with pouting
and any sense. I mean, before we even got to the pouting, because I'm not worried about DeAndre Ayton's feelings right now. I'm just saying from a purely basketball perspective, if a guy is hot, give him the ball.
Yeah, fair enough. And I don't know why that they didn't. I don't know where that came from. Again, it'll be interesting to hear
and like you,
Devin Booker and Kevin Durant talk about it someday.
Yeah, and like you said, we're not in the building, so we don't know. Yeah. There might be more there.
Could have been all Monty. I don't know. Maybe Devin Booker and Kevin Durant are like, we want to try to save DeAndre Ayton. That was all Monty. Could be.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't where he was supposed to be in the second quarter. I don't know.
Baker's Cocky Hen says stats and analytics only get you so far. Jimmy Butler is a prime example of an analytics don't mean anything compared to sheer will and talent combined.
I disagree. Jimmy Butler's stats are damn good too.
Johnny says, hire Earl Watson. Stop it. Megatron says, DeAndre Ayton is soft. And Big George has a question, but it's about the Flint Tropics. We're not going to take that seriously, mostly because we're out of time in this hour. All right, enough of this about DeAndre Ayton. A little more basketball to talk about, but I'm trying to get to football. Let's do this. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Hello, everyone. Desert Equity Lending is back again with a mortgage product that we have all been waiting for. We are excited to offer once again the no document loan that we all remember from years ago. That's right. It's a true no document loan. Remember when stated income loans were available? They were the most popular mortgages available for self-employed, as well as for those borrowers that couldn't quite show enough income to qualify using regular underwriting guidelines. This new no doc loan is changing the way people get approved for a mortgage. Listen to this. No income, no problem. No tax returns, no problem. It doesn't take perfect credit to qualify either. If you have a good down payment and decent credit, you need to call now. These mortgages are being approved for primary residence as well as a second home. We are doing it the old-fashioned way. We use common sense underwriting to approve what other banks walk away from. Call 602-509-3000 to talk with a real person that can get you answers in hours, not days. That's 602-509-3000. Make the call. You will be glad you did. Desert Equity Lending. Desert Equity Lending, MB 0906989, NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
Today on Hey Culligan, Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey, Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I guess we were just talking about the potential places that Ayton can go. One of them was the Indiana Pacers. I didn't even get around to the fact the Portland Trail Blazers are interested. Did you hear that rumor?
I did. No. I did.
Hold on a second. I dropped my piece of paper.
Da 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 da.
Oh no, there's no way you guys could have maybe talked about DeAndre Ayton in Portland while I walked over and grabbed the paper.
I mean, you know, the Jeopardy music seemed more fitting.
Da 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 da.
I was amused.
I've got the paper, Randy. I'm good.
All right.
So that Hoops Wire thing I was telling you I was reading earlier about all this, where they're like, yeah, 2 teams interested right now. And we knew about the Indiana Pacers, but the Portland Trailblazers, that is interesting. And then maybe it could be a trade for Yusuf Nurkic. There's no H. It's just Nurkic.
Well, there's no H, but he's got an
Eastern
Eastern European.
European.
There's no H in Jokic either. But
there really should be an H in Jokic.
Jokic. That's how the Eastern Europeans spell that, and so that's how you pronounce it.
No, not me. There's no H. I ain't doing it.
You don't have to.
If they don't care enough to add the H, I don't care enough to add the H. So Yusuf Nurkic is a guy, and he's not as good as DeAndre Ayton or even Miles Turner, right? But
no,
it
depends on how bad you want to get rid of DeAndre Ayton.
Well, if they take that contract, yeah, I kind of like the idea.
I mean, and so on one hand, yes, but on the other hand, Yusuf Nurkic, I like the guy as an offensive player. He can make just about any shot as a big guy.
All right, here's the stats.
I like that.
13.3 points average, 9.1 rebounds, and 2.9 assists.
Yeah, he's a solid player. And he's a really good shooter for a big. My problem with Yusuf Nurkic,
there's no H in his name.
That I'm going to pronounce his name the way that
that's the problem.
He would like his name pronounced.
There's no H in the name.
That's
a problem.
You're saying that's a problem.
It's a problem.
Well, I mean, but you guys can pronounce it how you like.
I think that should be a problem for you too, Keon. I mean, we're a team.
I'm surprised it's not a problem.
Yeah,
it's just
Keon doesn't think it's a problem.
It's not a problem because that's just how they pronounce the name over there. So that's just.
I gave him that weird spelling of Yusuf with the J. So I mean, I went ahead and gave him that.
Well, we live in the desert Southwest, so a lot of times the J in people's names are silent,
or they're an H. Jose
could be. Yeah,
just saying. Yeah, or Javelina.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah,
but I do think that with Nurkic, he's a horrible defender. I mean, he's a turnstile.
Yeah, we already got that.
It's not. I mean, with Ayton, it's just a lack of effort. And even then, Ayton had some times where he was just accidentally standing in front of Jokic and stopped him. You're not going to even get that from Yusuf Nurkic because he is a horrible defender. I mean, a literal turnstile.
Well, in your opinion, who would you want to come in here? I mean, ideal if money was no object, and you could bring in Jeffrey. Who would it be? If money was no object, you could bring any big man in here to replace DeAndre Ayton. Who would it be?
Number 1, Jokic, and number 2, the Brow. I mean, I don't know about the Brow. He gets hurt. I don't know. Probably Jokic.
I would go after Embiid, but I mean, if money's no object,
yeah, there's another street clothes situation brewing there.
Yeah, I mean, he's postseason street clothes, but yeah, I mean that is a problem.
So you would go with Joel Embiid, and you would go with Jokic or
maybe Jokic. I'm not pronouncing the H today. Just doing
not doing that. It's just not going to happen.
Jokic.
Out of all the big men in the NBA, those are the only 2 that you guys would want.
So, I mean, if you said if money was no object, those are the best 2. Those are the best 2.
Yeah. There's no up and comers like young guys that are really starting to turn it on. Anybody?
I mean, that we've heard of. I mean, the thing is, and this is the reason why you struggle to move Ayton. Big guys are just hard to find in the league that are like competent at the position. And that can be really great. And
what if we said, screw it, we're going small?
So, I mean, outside of like, I mean, if you go small, though, you run the risk of just being beaten by anybody with a center bigger than you. And that's what happened to the Warriors a little bit. They weren't able to control Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis made him look real stupid for that whole series. You didn't
notice as much because Draymond Green, was thinking he kind of looks
stupid. And Draymond, I think, does a lot of things that a lot of other quote unquote undersized bigs can't do. So unless you've got Draymond in particular, like I just don't know that you can make that commitment to going small.
We're good. No, thank you.
What
about
Nikola Vucevic?
Nikola Vucevic.
There's too many H's not being used there.
Vucevic.
I like him, but I mean, I don't know. I really thought that when he moved to Chicago and really got to play with that team, he was going to be a really good fit for them, and he kind of regressed a lot. So I think
anybody that goes to Chicago regresses, but that's just me.
But that team was like not bad this year, and honestly, they were one really bad quarter away from beating Miami and being in the playoffs this year. So it's not like that was a crappy team.
All right.
Megatron says Jaren Jackson Jr.
Ooh, I didn't think about him.
See,
I like him.
I
like him a lot. Jaren Jackson Jr. is, I mean, you'd never get him, but if you were like money,
Triple J,
money is no object kind of guy, he would certainly be up there. Boy, I mean, I'd have to see him play, but the OKC guy, Chet Holmgren, is I think he's going to be really good basketball player.
Hey, Randy, can we give Donnie a 2-minute warning, a 2-minute penalty?
There it is.
He's texted in Jeff Hornacek. Okay,
No,
2 minutes.
He's not even a center.
All right.
Should probably be 5.
Come on,
I'm gonna go
Donnie.
2. Yeah.
Come on, be better, Donnie.
Yeah. Well, you're asking a lot. Zay says, on behalf of the Warriors organization, we're good. We don't want Ayton. They say.
Just preemptively get in front of that one.
See, now that's an interesting. Who's the other? What's his name? Not Andrew Wiggins. Who was the other kid that the Golden State had? The big guy.
Kevin Looney.
Was it Kevon Looney?
Yeah, and like Looney's not going to score, but boy, if you want rebounds,
well,
Looney will get you rebounds.
Well, we have two excellent scorers on this team.
Rebound pass,
and I get
Rebound
that,
pass.
but like you need a third guy. Every team left in the playoffs has 2 really good scorers, except
we
for
have
Miami.
what's left of Chris Paul.
Well, not even except for Miami, because Bam Adebayo has rejoined the land of the living as far as scoring points goes. But yeah, every team's got 2, and then they've got like 3 or 4 other guys, or 2 or 3 other guys that contribute. And maybe not every night they're the best players, but you need people who can score points outside of the 2 superstars you have.
Yeah, but that just because you have a rebounding center doesn't mean that he won't take out the garbage underneath, maybe with more authority than we've seen in the past, and kick it out to somebody who is a scorer. I mean, that's
I'm
okay.
not saying you can't have it. I'm just adding that extra bit of context that if you add him, then anybody else you add to the roster and or bench is going to need to be a better scorer.
Can we just have that, please? Anyway, Kyle G says,
like you can still have him. I'm just adding that.
Yeah. Kyle G says Booker and Paul spoke out to get Ayton paid and keep him on the team. No player spoke out about needing to keep Monty, though. That tells me what I need to know. That's just really surprising. Big George says, question for Keon about trading DeAndre, maybe to New Orleans. How about Jonas Valanciunas?
I mean, he's solid. Jonas Valanciunas. Or as Charles Barkley,
again, there's no damn H.
As Charles Barkley once called him, Jonas Valsuina Wansauce.
Valsuina Wansauce. That's I'm gonna use that.
Just butchered his name, and they were all laughing at him. Like, I've never forgotten that. Anyway, yeah, no, Valanciunas is a really good, solid player. I mean, he's going to be a guy where you're like, all right, is his ceiling as high as Ayton's? Obviously not. Is he more likely to show up and try every day? Yes. Yeah. He's huge.
All right, there's your answer. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I don't know. Seems DeMar would admit the Bulls got a lot of dudes that don't belong in the league based on his comments on the whole Paul George thing.
He didn't say that it was the Bulls necessarily, just that there's a lot of sorry guys in the league. They said there's 450 dudes in the NBA, and a good 75 to 100 of them are useless.
I know. Look at some of the benches. I mean, maybe he's right.
Like they got to the league on pure talent, and then they're here. They're just hanging out.
We got a lot of sorry mother effers on the benches. Instead of saying on the league, he should say on the benches.
I like that Paul George tried to clean it up at the end, and he went, "Well, they're nice guys, though."
Desperately just trying not to piss off anybody. No, I mean, DeMar DeRozan probably kind of right. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they're sorry mother effers, but there is a talent gap between that many people and everybody else in the NBA. Now, the talent gap is between them, not us and them.
Sorry, by NBA standards.
Yes. So they're probably still pretty damn good players, just paling in comparison to all the other guys.
Yeah.
And is that a problem? That might be a problem. That might be a problem with what's coming in from college or something. I don't know.
It's a little bit of a problem. Yeah. I mean, but I don't know how true that is for any sport. If it's just like, hey, look, the bottom quarter of guys in this league just don't really care. They're talented enough to be here, be on a roster, collect a paycheck and go home, but they don't really care. I don't know if that's just an NBA thing or not. I have no idea.
Hefty Lefty says Ayton just didn't like getting the full Monty. Oh, stop it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Kiss the Cook says I'd trade Ayton for 2 bags of rice and a roll of Lifesavers.
Wow.
That's oddly specific. Pink Eye says, how about Ayton and Booker to the Spurs for their number 1 pick? Wembanyama?
I mean, they're never going to do that. They're just never going to do that.
Every time I hear the name Wembanyama, or wherever I see it, I think Web Seminar. I don't know why. George says, I like Jonas Valanciunas because he's a tall Lithuanian like me.
And he's
I didn't know you were
mean.
Lithuanian, George.
I didn't know you were Lithuanian, but he's mean. That's what I like about him.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, I think DeMar's point is the talent isn't the gap. It's the work ethic these guys bring. Basically talking about someone like DeAndre Ayton, it sounds like. That's interesting. I mean, didn't read that way when I read that, but
yeah, I mean, he did say like they're just guys not even putting in the work. Like
that's exactly right.
You know, and Patrick Beverley said a similar thing earlier this offseason. He was basically like, yeah, there are tons of guys in the league that don't actually care. And you know, for a guy like Patrick Beverley, who's scrapped to get into the NBA, it's something he has trouble wrapping his head around, that you would show up, you know, your job is to play a game and you just can't be bothered to care.
I mean, Charles Barkley was rattling that pretty hard when he was talking about Ja Morant. Ja Morant.
I mean, you got Yusuf Nurkic, so yeah, you got Ja Morant.
I'm not going to pronounce that right either. Anyway, he was going off about that, but it sounded like the same conversation. You know, if you're paid this much money, I've heard Randy White rail on that too. If you're being paid that much money to play a game, it's a privilege. You've won the lottery, you know, so put in the work, you know, be worthy of that.
And in the case of Ja, which is sadder, he's clearly put in the work. He's just doing so many other side stupid things. He's putting $200 million in jeopardy for no damn reason.
I'd say that's a guy who shouldn't have any free time, but he did that crap during the season too. So
yeah,
I don't know
it's just good.
So, it is something that is very puzzling when somebody, and I think it's, again, everybody hates hearing it. It's just this, you know, the new generation's coming up. They don't see it. They don't get it. They don't understand how amazing that is. And I'll tell you why. It seems like a lot of the kids growing up have no consequences. They have no this, they have no that. They all think they should be rock stars. They all think they should be famous. They're all taking their picture at the phone. They're all putting it on the thing, and they all think they're amazing. So when they find somebody says, we're going to give you $100 million, they're like, yeah, of course you are. They're not surprised. You know, the people who are surprised are the kids who are like, I can't, I have to live with 6 people because they won't just give me more money. You know, well, what did you do to earn it? What's the point? What do you, I'm here.
Yeah.
You're not giving me the right kind of training. You're not giving me the whole thought process that we hear so much these days. And I wonder if some of these players are showing up and they're like, of course they gave me this money. I'm entitled to it. And they don't put the connection between the hard work and talent and the reward. They just think, well, I was talented. They paid me. I'm here. And I kind of started wondering, is that DeAndre Ayton's thought process? Maybe. I don't know. It just seems like there's some of that going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's Ayton's thought process. Again, who can know? I'm not inside his head, but he did try to get the contract. And then he got paid, and then he stopped trying. So clearly he understands that some amount of work is required to get paid. It's just, do you still care after you get the money?
He tried to get the contract, but really this was an issue going back to last season before he got the contract, right? I mean, this was an issue last season. Remember the playoffs last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear people saying, well, he earned it. He didn't earn jack. Jeffrey's been very outspoken about it. He didn't earn anything yet. He's done nothing yet.
Keon will say he has because of his stats, because of what he has in a regular season actually produced. And The stats are real.
And I understand that that's not what anybody wants to hear. But when the agent goes to the team to say, my guy deserves this much money, that's what he points to. So that's how people get paid. If you don't have those numbers, guess what? You walk in and say, hey, I want to be paid 4 years, $133 million. They laugh you out of the building.
The Wiz says Anton's efforts was always the problem. Ayton. I think it's Ayton. I don't know who his Anton is. Honestly, we know an Anton. Have to ask him about his effort, I guess. I don't know. Hefty Lefty says part of that DeMar quote was that those guys, those are sorry and they don't love the game. And that's what blows his mind. Yeah, they don't love the game. They love themselves. They didn't think they're entitled to it. Pink Eye says Ayton and Chris Paul for Ja Morant. He worked part-time as an armed security guard. Oh, Pink Eye. You know, it's not about people are starting to say, well, he was in a state where you're allowed to carry a gun. It's no big deal. And that's part of what Charles Barkley loses his mind over. I'm not going to spoil that clip for you. Go find that clip.
Yeah, I think he was kind of responding to someone like Kendrick Perkins earlier that day that was basically saying, like, what's the problem? They're coming after him, racism, something. And I was just like, that's clearly not what the issue is here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so not what the issue is. How you couldn't be further off base if you tried.
So, you know, it's just a matter of there are rules of conduct in the NBA. And what he did violated a rule of conduct for the NBA. I don't think they ever said you're not allowed to own a gun. You're not allowed to have a gun. You're not allowed to go shooting a gun. But in the context of which things were, that it was the violation of the NBA policies and conduct. And so that's what that is really all about. So you try to remember that part. You know, we're all, I don't know about, actually, I can't speak for Keon. I know Randy and I are pro gun. I don't know what your stance is on guns, and you don't even have to say if you don't want to. But we're pro gun over here. You know, it's not the point. Have you seen me in a video brandishing a gun, even just trying to be funny? Have you seen Randy, messing around with guns and in videos and pictures? No, it's not what those are for. They're guns.
Yeah, they're not play toys.
And that's really a lot of what the issue is. If Ja Morant was in an Instagram live video at a shooting range, he's probably not in trouble.
Right.
It's whipping out a pistol in a car with with a bunch of your friends listening to rap music and you're dancing with the gun. Like, what are you doing, man? And the NBA is aware that their product is consumed by kids. They're like, they want to be like you.
Yeah. Put down the gun, get a girl. Dance with a girl, right? Why not dance with a girl?
I think that makes infinitely more sense, but here we are.
I've never felt the need to dance with any of my guns. Strangers in the night. Oh, sorry.
I mean, we make fun of James Harden for practically living inside a strip club.
Yeah.
But you know what? James Harden's not in trouble.
Nope.
It's a perfectly legal thing to do.
He's just sitting there eating wings like, this is great.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
Donnie says it's getting dark in the East Valley. I think when we come back, we're going to have to give Donnie a forecast because I think some storm clouds might be brewing. Let's find out. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Juice Reel, the betting intelligence tool that's making better bettors. Open the App Store and get your hands on Juice Reel. Start betting smarter. Juice, R-E-E-L. Juice Reel. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are down to the Eastern and the Western Conference Finals. The Carolina Hurricanes are now the favorites to win the Stanley Cup. They are at plus 200, while the Vegas Golden Knights are plus 240. The Dallas Stars are plus 300 to claim the Stanley Cup, while the Florida Panthers are at plus 350. Carolina is the favorite to win the Eastern Conference, minus 145, while the Vegas Golden Knights are the favorite to come out of the West at minus 140. Carolina Hurricane star Sebastian Aho is the favorite to win the Conn Smythe Trophy. It's plus 650. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Leroy, 71's backed up. What's your 20? Over.
Olivia needs more drivers for her trucking company to go the extra mile.
3 more stops to make.
She wants to hitch a team to drive business forward.
Lots of double nickels on the 169. You know what I'm over? This driver shortage.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. or online, lundmortgage.com.
Throw to the plate. Tag it, he's out. The Arizona Diamondbacks are off to a great start with young talent playing exciting baseball, competing with the best of the league. This team is full of confidence. How long will the surprising Snakes keep this pace up? What awaits the team now that we are in May? When it comes to Diamondbacks baseball, listen for all the news, information, trades, injury updates, and more. If it's local and it's Diamondbacks baseball, we talk about it. It's on! 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
I feel like we have to talk about the Diamondbacks. I feel like we're required now to talk about the Diamondbacks.
Because of that promo?
Well, yeah. They're not playing yet. They're playing tomorrow. So, yeah. Still 3 games back from the LA Dodgers. Go Cardinals. That's all I can say right now. But they're 2-0 up on the Cardinals right now. So, yeah. They just felt like maybe we're required by law after that promo. Talk about the damn Diamondbacks, Randy.
Well, I mean, I'm still just kind of stunned. This team continues to produce. They continue to compete. They wrapped up a series against the Oakland A's, and they move on. And they're getting pitching. They're getting timely hitting. The problem with this team is I don't know if it's a problem. The interesting thing, they sent Alek Thomas down to AAA, and I don't know. The kid just wasn't hitting the way he had been earlier. And as sometimes I think if you take a young player like this and you send him down, you option him down, that could do a lot for his confidence. And you have to be careful once this kid has been up here, and he's been up here since the end of last season, and he's gone through spring training, and now all of a sudden you're going to send him down to work on some things, quote unquote, work on some things at the farm level. I have to keep my eye on that one. But Diamondbacks, surprising team of the damn season. Them and the Pittsburgh Pirates, who continue to beat teams. They're in second place currently in the MLB Central, in the NL Central. Sorry, they just keep surprising. Another surprising team, Philadelphia Phillies. They're almost dead last. The St. Louis Cardinals, they are in dead last in their division.
Yeah, they're not going to beat the Dodgers, are they? I mean, it's probably not.
I don't know. Nolan Arenado is starting to hit the ball. Paul Goldschmidt is hitting the ball. They've got to get some pitching, though, man. It seems like they're just devastated out of the bullpen. Just getting crushed. Any game they're in, they can't stay in it. For a while, it was they couldn't score any runs. Now they just can't stop any other teams.
Tiger Paws, I don't understand your text. I'm going to give you a chance to reread that and type it back again because I don't want to misspeak, but I'm having a little trouble following what you said there. 888-368-1580. The Wiz says, the NBA also wants to leave the early 2000s image in the past, if you know what I mean. Oh, yeah. Oh, we know what you mean. Coles Van Dan says, so the NBA is okay. Okay, I'm not even going to go down that. I'm not going to go down that road, Colts Van Dan. That's I can't even deal with that ignorance. Moving on. 888-368-1580. So there, the San Antonio Spurs got Webb seminar, Wembanyama.
Yeah. They don't
Webb
have him yet. They have the number 1 overall pick because of the rigged NBA draft lottery.
They're taking
There's
Victor
nothing
Wembanyama.
else. There's nothing else they're going to do but take Wembanyama.
I don't know if you saw the odds for him. They was in one of the Visa updates yesterday. The odds for Victor Wembanyama to be the number 1 overall pick was like minus 20,000. Like at that point, you might as well not even have odds. That's how. I mean, you're not going to make any money betting that.
Yeah, it's just
because it's a foregone conclusion,
right?
Nobody. If you already had a center, you would still draft him. That's how good he is.
Yeah. So, there's a place in San Antonio called the Rue Pub, and they decided before the the draft rigged lottery, like you say, Randy.
Yeah. And it is rigged.
Before that, they were like, hey, here's the deal. Come on down, open up a tab, and here's what we'll do. We'll pay every open tab if the Spurs win the NBA draft lottery. And they did.
How about that?
That's brave. That's a good promotion, but that is brave. And but that could have just really gone wrong. You know what I'm saying? What if that's just too much? Too much tab. They just wanted that. They wanted Wem. Is it
that
Wem?
guy?
Is the M silent?
No. Wembanyama.
I gotta say Wembanyama.
Wembanyama.
We're gonna make an agreement. I'm just gonna say Wembanyama.
All right.
I can't
Okay.
throw it in.
I don't think anybody would notice if you had said it the other way, to be honest. If you say it fast enough, then it's like
Wembanyama. Wembanyama. That M is that's tricky. Anyway, so I thought that's a pretty good idea. That's a pretty good promotion. I wouldn't want to pay for it because what else are you doing in San Antonio, right?
Right.
Well, they got their name out there now. That people are going to remember what they did. They're going to go there all the time.
Excuse me. Go out to the Rue Club. Yabba Dabba Doo, says King of Kittens. Tiger Paws says, nope, nothing wrong with that text. Okay, let me see if I'll just read it for you here. I'm gonna read it for you here. She says about Ja Morant, and that team is really promoting a great image down there with the theme song that they usually have playing starting a lot of their games. Something about beating on a whore. What? What song is she talking about?
I don't know what song you're talking about. I don't follow the Grizzlies so closely that I know what song they open with. So I couldn't tell you.
She says, just the pot calling the kettle black as far as promoting healthy images. What song is there about beating a whore?
I don't know.
I am unfamiliar with this song.
I too am unfamiliar with this song. I'm just saying, if you know the song, put it out there, please.
Yeah. Let us know, Tiger Paws, what that song is.
I honestly don't know.
Maybe it's one of those things where remember you get the lyrics wrong and you're like, oh, I didn't realize. They're like, excuse me while I kiss this guy. Something like that. It could be maybe you got the lyrics wrong. Are you sure? So help us out. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not saying you're wrong, Tiger Paws. I'm just saying I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I literally don't know.
CK says, Jesus, Jeffrey, just call him Wimby. Wimby. But then the Wimby Obama. Can I call him that?
Wimby Obama. All right.
I don't know. I'm trying here. Hefty Lefty says, those are the odds that'll attract the $1 million bets for guys that just want to make guaranteed money right there. Zay says, is the song Whoop That Trick? Whoop That Trick? Is that about beating up a prostitute? Is that what that's about?
I don't know that one. So,
well, let's somebody get the lyrics.
I'm working on it. Curious.
Don't just start playing the audio.
Oh, well, my listen, if they're playing that song in Memphis, I know better than play the audio. That's just Just a standard rule.
Donnie says, call him WebMD.
WebMD. That's a good one.
Pretty good. WebMD.
That's a good one.
Colts fan Dan, I haven't gone woke, but what you're saying there, it's just ignorant. I can't jump on that. Yes. Oh my God, there's a lot going on there, and no, people need to get the word woke figured out. If you want to be racist, go be racist somewhere else. Tiger Paws says, "Yep, that's the song." And you Google, ask what Grizzlies are playing, and that's what. Oh wow. I wonder if they realize that. 9857 says, song called "We Don't Bluff" by Drama Boy. That's what?
We don't bluff.
That doesn't sound anything like what she was saying. Are you just trying to plug your band? Come on.
No. That's a song I think they walk out to.
Oh,
but I think it's a different song than the song we're talking about.
The Wiz says, you think Wimby knows about the big women in San Antonio? I don't even get that.
Did you ever heard the Charles Barkley?
Oh, right. Oh, he was just trying to aggravate people.
Yeah.
Scratch Me Because says Obi Biamba, use the force. I don't know what that M there, I get stuck. I can't say it. King of Kitten says that's got to be a new texter nickname. Yabba Dabba Do. Yabba Dabba Don't. All right. 888-368-1580. Hey, Randy, we're talking baseball a second ago.
Baseball.
Oh, no, don't start with Dan Lasagna. He's an umpire.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So he's sitting there calling the game there. The Chicago White Sox taking on the Cleveland Guardians. Gavin Sheets is up the bat, and here comes a strike. Here comes a 94-hour fastball, very low, like so low it almost went into a gopher hole.
Okay, a real worm burner. All right.
Dan Lasagna called a strike. Gavin Sheets turned around, about lost his mind, and he tosses him. But if you went back and watched the replay, Dan Lasagna should have been tossed. More bad calls. Yeah,
I don't know what I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't know what the resolution is here, other than to hire some sort of umpire czar that will oversee. The problem is as an umpire, you're trained not to go against your other umpire mates on the field there. So I can't for the life of me understand why these guys, Angel Hernandez and the rest of these guys, still exist in a league and why they are continuing to allow these guys to make calls like this. I mean,
same reason bad cops still exist out there on the forces, because unions and people are just, protecting each other and stuff like that. So it's got to be the same thing for these umpires, referees.
I mean, I get mistakes. I get mistakes. I get where a ball might be an inch off the plate and you call that. It's a tight call. And you, as an umpire, you decide at, a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that comes in and it looks to you like it's a strike and you call it a ball or I'm saying you call it a strike, but it's actually a ball.
Mr. Wilbur would have seen that was a ball. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Go watch the video. Not you, Wilbur, but everybody else, go watch the video.
Wow.
I'm just saying, it was very obvious. Even if they didn't have that little square thingy on the screen, you'd be like, damn, that's a low ball.
I guess, I guess this is just the demise of baseball officiating. They're going to have to bring in the strike zone, the automated strike zone.
Yeah, I agree.
I just don't see any other way around it. Now, I don't know what that's going to do. I'm sure that baseball has some sort of agreement with the umpiring union, and it's going to cost them in some manner. But
here's the thing: it won't cost them anything.
You can't keep going on like this with these idiot umpires.
You just tell the union you will still have a guy. You'll still have a guy, but we're going to use the robots, and maybe that can overturn the guy or something like that. Where these guys are still getting paid. You're still the union is okay, but we're going to just for this right here to make sure it's right every time, we're using the damn robot.
Well, the way this thing works, Jeffrey, is there's still a guy behind the plate, an umpire behind the plate.
Right.
and the system then alerts him if it's a strike or a ball, and then he makes the call behind the plate. That's the way this thing works. So umpires will still be out there on the field, and you still need base umpires. They'll still be out there calling manually, plays at different bases. So it's not like they'll go away. It's just they're going to have this enhanced, strike ball and strike system. And I hate to see it, but it's just a lack of effort on these guys' parts.
As much as these guys are not doing their jobs right, not trying to improve themselves, not trying to learn, and I'm talking football, baseball, basketball, whatever. I don't want robots. I don't want robots doing that. But they're forcing the hand. When you see stuff like what you saw today with Lasagna and Gavin Sheets, last night, you're sitting there going, I can't defend this. We got to have robots.
The other night, I don't know if you caught this, but the other day there was an umpire that threw Christian Walker out of a Diamondbacks game. Christian Walker was not on a base. He was not up to bat. He was in the dugout. And apparently this umpire had made the wrong call earlier on, and Christian Walker was clapping his hands.
Yeah.
And he was thrown out of the ballpark.
He was agreeing with it.
This has got to come to an end. This has got to stop. These umpires need to be reeled in. They need to be reined in. Or you can change. You can have your ghost runners. You can have your pitch clocks, all you want. People are not going to stand for a product that you have these lame ass umpires out there that refuse to do the job correctly.
If you got a way to fix it, a lot of people are listening.
I'll fire all of them. I would fire these guys would have to meet standards.
Yeah, but you sign a contract. The only way that works now is it has to be introduced in a collective bargaining agreement with the umps, with the referees, with whoever, and they have to agree to it. And they're never gonna.
They're going to have to agree to it, or they won't be working, and they can go on a strike, and that's fine. We'll just get other umpires out there.
I wish they were that strong. I wish they were, but I mean,
old drunky drunk's going to happen
already.
He's going to have to fix this somehow.
The Tom says, "Whoop, that trick is from the movie Hustle and Flow, starring Terrence Howard. It was cashing in on the 8 Mile movie success. I know because I was working at Blockbuster Video back then." Wow.
Wow.
Boomer Sooner says, Jeffco, did you see the video of the Little League second base umpire? He was so drunk he fell backwards right in the field. No, I haven't seen that one, but
that's sad.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Keon?
Yeah, I was the good pull there on the Hustle and Flow, and the song is about exactly what Tiger Paw said it was about.
The hell are they doing?
I have no idea. It's a horrible look. Terrence Howard's character plays a pimp in the movie, and that does write a song about. Well,
beating hoes.
And actually that's one of the parts of the movie is that they'll like he says something about that, like beating hoes or something like that. And then someone's like, no, don't put that in the song. That's a little too on the nose. And then they spitball some ideas and land on whoop that trick. So that's how we got here. And maybe you shouldn't play that at an NBA game where
some white sound guy is like, whoop that trick. Yeah, it sounds like hey, silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. No, that sounds like okay. There's no swearing in this song. He's like, okay, let's play that.
I just
some ignorance or somebody really wants somebody to beat some hoes.
Either way, don't play that there. There's probably so many
not
songs.
The sound guy. It's probably the game ops guy whoever's in charge of the game operations.
And nobody's explained this.
He would have to okay that. I mean, the poor sound guy's getting a beating now.
It's a cool.
Should be.
All I do is just move fingers up and down, man. That's all I
play.
do.
Yeah.
Well, somebody needs to say something. That ain't right. That ain't right. Boomer Sooner says all this umpire crap will be the end. History repeats. When in history did the umpire stuff end a sport? What history are you talking about?
I don't know. There was an umpire strike at one time.
Like back in 300 BC, one of the Caesars is like, enough. Let's go kill some Christians. Was that it?
Wow.
Which would have been really weird back in 300 BC because there were no Christians. But still,
or baseball would also have been odd.
Come on, Keon. I wasn't even talking about baseball. It could have been some other BC sports.
That had umpires. Okay,
sure.
Naked wrestling.
The whole premise fell apart the minute I said, let's go kill some Christians in 300 BC. Does the rest matter now? No. Let's just take a break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk. I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill each morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Hi, this is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and best-selling author on safety and preparedness. The fact is, things are getting downright scary for everyone who's storing their wealth in the banks. We just saw the collapse of 3 major banks, and I would urge you to consider protecting your wealth ASAP. If even a tiny percentage of Americans attempt to withdraw their savings, we would see a collapse of the entire banking system, sending us into a modern-day Great Depression. Fortunately, there is a way for you to avoid this. It starts with contacting Advantage Gold. If you have an IRA or 401k, Advantage Gold can help convert those paper assets into physical gold and silver. This is the process that I recommend everybody use as a hedge against rapid inflation and to protect your retirement wealth from the banks. Take control of your financial safety today. Call 800-900-8000 to get your free gold investment kit from Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Today on Hey Culligan, Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey, Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Oh no! Lakers are blowing out the Nuggets right now, 5-0.
Still
It's a blowout.
Oh boy.
Thanks, Boomer Sooner. I ain't too worried. Oh, hey, we had promised a weather report like an hour ago. We didn't tell nobody nothing, did we?
No.
Randy, you want to hit us up with a little bit of info on what's happening in our stormy skies, our windy weather? What's going on, man?
Well, there is a significant storm watch in the East Valley from Queen Creek down to Gilbert over past Apache Junction, Fountain Hills. Got a pretty big size cell that's heading that way. Black Canyon City, you're getting pounded right now, and I mean that in the weather sense. Yeah, there is storm coming down from the north. No, weather. Not
Daft Punk.
Yeah, it's a weather.
Get lucky.
Get it? No, it's not get lucky. Currently under mostly cloudy skies with lots of clouds building. It is 95 degrees and air quality alert still in effect. And there is a good chance of rainy showers, thunder boomers tonight. So be careful out there. Button down the hatches and stay vigilant. From the Weather Daddy, 1580 The Fanatic. This is Randy White, Chief Meteorologist. Back to you, Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. But it's batten down the hatches, not button down.
Button them down.
There are no
get
buttons.
out there. And for those with like myself that have the arthritis of the hands, have somebody else help you out there. But button down the hatches.
Batten down. It's wooden things that close the little shutters.
And there's no batten. You don't bat anything. You button the
hatches are on the boat, Randy.
No,
and
there's
a
them
thing.
down. You got to button them up. That's what you got to do.
There's no buttons.
We agree to disagree.
No, I think we all agree you're wrong. Good news. The Nuggets now have 4 points. Thank God. Oh, now the Lakers have 10. All right. Hey, what was that technical about? Austin Reeves shot a technical.
Yeah, it was Contavious Caldwell Pope was guarding him pretty close.
Yeah.
And then got caught on the screen. Yeah. And they called a foul on KCP, and he kind of lost
what the
his
hell
mind
is a
there.
screen door doing out there in the middle of the basketball game?
What are you doing with buttons on a boat, Randy?
I mean, what are you going to do there? I mean, come on. Have you never seen boat covers before they button? They don't batten.
There's Velcro.
Button. Are you kidding me? There's all sorts of buttons on it. Are you kidding me? I was a captain of the Edmund Fitzgerald before it went down.
Well, that makes sense because you're using buttons. All right, that makes all the sense in the world. Sorry, the rest of you had to see this. But we have good news. The Cardinals, St. Louis, are up 3-2 on the Dodgers right now. So that's
fun times.
What inning though? What inning is it?
It doesn't matter. 3. It's the third inning, bottom of the third. Just
a lot of time left.
Just take your moments where you get them. You know what I'm saying? Big George says, if having monsoon storms in May is not a sign of the apocalypse, I don't know what is.
Easy, Big George.
I think it's not a sign of an apocalypse, but I do think it's a sign of 1.5 degree temperature rise on this earth overall. Now, whether or not you think it was because of our cars and our industry and our coal and our gas and our everything, you think that's just, earth does these things. Either way, don't matter. Bleep's getting weird. And that's just the way it is. East Valley says, Kiss the Cook. I'm freaking wet. Okay. Yeah. And I'm getting blown around over here in the West Valley.
Yeah. I think I just covered that in my weather forecast. Yeah.
It's pretty much all over.
Yeah.
I think if you look outside and it's raining, Randy's right.
Yeah.
If you look outside and it's not raining, Randy's right.
Yeah.
It's a very large area because these things are they're moving. Things are moving.
Maricopa County is an enormous place. Enormous.
Yeah, it's huge. It's like bigger than Fiesta Mall huge.
Well, yes. Yeah, that's correct.
It's like a lot of Fiesta Malls.
Oh, easily. It's
I'm
probably
trying to give
like
you a measurement that makes
1,000
sense.
Fiesta Malls. Easy.
I think it's more. I think it'd be more.
10,000.
Yeah, I was
10,000
surprised
Fiesta Malls.
That there was a 1.5 square miles of property, and it was only 100 acres. So it's like 100 acres is Fiesta Mall. I feel like it's more than that
in Maricopa County.
Yeah, that's a huge county. A whole lot of nothing too.
It is I believe the biggest county in the state.
What are somebody whose job it is to measure stuff is listening, going, I hate these guys. I hate them so much.
Pretty sure that's going on right now.
Or how many people are mathematicians are like, I can't change it. I can't do it. Whenever they try to do math, just change it. I'm sure a lot of people turn us off for a lot of reasons. We have yet to figure out why people turn us on.
That's a good point.
But I know why you turned me on.
Oh, boy. All right. Okay. All right.
Enough of that. I think it's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1973, Bill North's bat sailed on the infield when he swung and missed at the first pitch thrown by Kansas City Royals rookie relief pitcher Doug Bird. He was shocked when the Oakland Athletics center fielder, pretending to retrieve his bat, unexpectedly went to the mound and started pounding him. And not in the good way, Randy. All right, here's why. So it turned out Bill North, it was a setup. He did it on purpose because Yeah, he was retaliating against this guy, the pitcher, Bird, for something that happened in Class Single A game that was played in Waterloo, Iowa, 3 seasons earlier.
What?
And Doug Bird, the pitcher, he's like, I don't even remember what it was about, but man, Bill North sat on that hatred, that moment for 3 years.
Wow.
3 years. And he's like, oh, my first chance, and this is it. And there it was, 1973. He's like, whoops. And ran, I'm going to get the bat. No, I'm going to kill you. Beat the hell out of him.
Oh,
and he got ejected. He was suspended for 3 days, and it was $100 fine. That was it. He's probably like
$100.
That was the best $100 I ever spent. You know,
got to be
3
kidding.
years planning this, and I got it. I got you, Doug Bird. Doug Bird is, I don't know who you are.
I mean, you know, I could see the press conference after the game. I hope he feels better.
Yeah, I hope, you know, because a lot of times after that revenge is served cold, the person that wanted revenge, it's not as satisfying as you think.
I hope he's happy now, because the next time I see him, I'm going to hit him.
Plunk.
What year was this?
1973. Bill North.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a
next
video?
time I hit him, I'm gonna pull one right in his ear
I'm trying
hole.
to see what the $100 would be.
Oh,
like
what
now.
$100.73 is worth today?
I mean, I'll throw it.
More than 500.
And after I release the ball and it's going at him, I'm going to follow the ball in. So it's about the time he's getting up from the dirt, I'll be there and I'll start beating the hell out of him. I mean, that's the way this is going to happen here.
I think Doug Bird was like, I'm kind of over this because A, I just got my ass kicked. B, I'm a pitcher. So, you know, I'm not really not ready to get, you know.
Oh, easy.
I'm not looking for
Ryan.
that.
Nolan Ryan.
Oh, he was a unicorn of fighters. You know what I mean? Most pitchers ain't fighting nobody. Come on. You know that.
Randy Johnson.
All right. Randy Johnson, did he ever fight? Nobody would even think about it. And Randy Johnson, his head was probably like, oh, thank God.
I don't think so.
I just don't want to find out. He's a giant.
Bob Gibson.
Oh, Bob Gibson would fight you.
Oh, yeah.
He'll fight.
He'll kill you just by looking at you.
I know, but it's rare. You know I'm right. It's rare. These guys are not looking to fight. The guy starts running on the mound. Usually there's people getting in the way, and it's just like, no big deal. You know, there's nothing happening here.
The best baseball fight I was ever in was in the town of Buckeye.
Okay.
And the kid threw it at our second baseman, and he charged the mound. The kid actually took his glove off, and they were going at it out there on the field.
Who charged the second baseman?
Our second baseman, who was up to bat.
Oh, okay.
Was hit by this team from Buckeye.
Gotcha.
And so our second baseman, who was he was a bit off center anyway, charged the mound, and it was an all-out brawl from that point on. See, I was lucky; I had all the catching gear on.
Oh yeah, you could take a hit with that.
Yeah.
You don't take off anything during that fight.
No.
Hit a guy with a helmet and a mask and a chest plate. Hit him all you want. No biggie. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably laughing through the whole thing, weren't you?
I was laughing, actually. It was a hell of a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
We're all going home early.
Grab somebody and swing, man.
Nice.
That was fun.
Zay says Bob Barker would fight. Bob Barker would fight, didn't you, Jeffco? What? Would fight me? Oh, I'd fight Bob Barker. Big George says, so I did the math. It would take 214,291,968 Fiesta malls to fit in the entire Maricopa County.
Wow,
you take
Big
the square
George.
feet of Maricopa County divided by the square feet of Fiesta Mall. There's the number. Bam.
Wow, Big George. For
George,
the win.
When's the last time you talked to your wife? Because I feel like, you know, just, I don't know.
Wow.
Pink Eye says Metro Mall is being demolished. Oh, Metro Center. Yeah. I think they already have plans for that one. Yeah.
Well, I know they put in a super Walmart over there. Metro Center.
Chief Skull. Yes, that's true. That is true, Chief Skull. And that's all I'm going to say about that. 888-368-1580.
That's all we're going to say.
Yeah, Big George says, no, my wife is working today, so I got free time on my hands. while I'm supposed to be working.
Hmm.
I mean, I got to rent. I appreciate the effort on that.
Yeah.
But I worry about you, buddy. I just kind of worry. All right. Well, I guess that's it for us. That's our 3 hours. We're going to take a 21-hour break now. Please enjoy these commercials and other things while we are gone. You will dream about us. We will not dream about you.
That's true. Yep.
You ever have a dream about listeners?
No.
What if they dream about us?
I sure hope not. Maybe.
If robots dream of electric sheep, maybe they dream about us.
Right?
Boomer Sooner says it's raining an anthem. That's it. Show's over. Turn it off before the rain gets us. It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Bye.
Hi, this is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and best